up, everybody? Thanks for coming in, bro. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, bro.
And Shane, thanks for coming again. Well, I mean, we're co-hosting. I guess this is the first official episode of Smackin Bags AI Ads.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is. We had like a bit of a dodgy pilot, which may or may not see the light of day. But yeah, we'll go into what this means, what we're trying to do with the podcast. But today's all about you. So we're lucky enough to have Daniel Ruwanga here with us. Obviously, Shane Young needs no introduction. And so basically I want to dig into your life story because we've been mates and training partners for a little while, but I don't know all the ins and outs.
Yeah.
We obviously just got done with King in the Ring, which was, I mean, we should start with that, right? Like, if it's all good to frame it up.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as I'm aware, Steve Pipe actually told me this. 3 rounds, knocked all the way to King in the Ring final, knocked down in the last round to the extension round, lost a split decision. Yeah. That's only happened 3 times ever.
It's happened twice, actually.
It's happened twice.
The last one, too.
And they were both you.
Yeah.
And the only time something like that beforehand was Kane.
Yeah, but against Rob Parks.
Against Rob. But yeah, he got caught with that shot in the final round. But so crazy, bro. What was it like? What's it like coming that close twice? The biggest question for me is like, how you're still so positive and productive. How have you managed to integrate that experience?
I don't know, bro. It just felt like a movie.
Yeah?
It felt like a movie. Yeah, for sure. And with regards to being positive, I don't know.
What's the self-talk been? What's the self-talk been for you in your mind since that?
It's just hard to process. Like I've been watching the show growing up. It's just crazy. I never thought I knew it was gonna be on there one day, but when it actually happened the first time, it was just mind blowing. I couldn't process it for so many weeks. I was still in complete disbelief.
Yeah. And then this latest one, when it's second time round, I remember even on the night when I first I watched you over a period of about an hour go from sad to motivated to all right, let's get on with it. I just found that so inspiring.
At the end after the fight.
Yeah, at the end after the fight. I remember even by the end of the night, you weren't exactly pleased, but I watched you go into what's next. You're immediately what's next? What's the secret?
It's hard because for this one, I was kind of motivated by a lot of people who were supporting me. A lot of people had their faith in me, and when the decision got announced and I lost, I kind of, if anything, I could live with the loss, but I didn't really want to live with letting all those people that kind of had that faith in me down. But when I left the ring and I saw my dad, he was the first person to come up to me, my dad, and he just congratulated me, and he just had a huge smile on his face. And when I lost it the first time, he did the same thing. He was the first person to come up to me after I lost, and I'm like, do you not realize I just lost 10K? Why are you so happy right now? I think maybe I got a bit of that off my dad. He's able to just blow things off like that. Yeah, wow. But yeah. Cool.
So you got it from your papa.
Probably got it from my dad.
Got it from your daddy.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably a good stepping off point to go on a bit of a time machine. We're gonna work all the way back to the origin story. Yeah. Work our way back up through the career, and then I'm keen to go play by play through the last King of the Ring, and then that King in the Ring, and the whole experience, and kind of, I don't know, hear it from your perspective, hear all those details from your perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You got any little notes before we go on a time machine?
Nah, I'm keen. I'm keen to.
How good were those fights though?
Yeah.
Just before we do.
Yeah.
How good were those fights?
I feel like from a fan perspective, I love watching fighting. But I feel like from a fan perspective, I'm a really good welterweight, and then going up to middleweight and clashing with some of the best. I feel if you know, you know. But it's crazy. All those fights could have been main events.
Bro, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me of this thing that Izzy used to tell me about. One thing that motivates him is creating moments in history. This was when he was King of the Ring, and I was like, bro, that's it. What you did there.
Yeah. That's a moment in history, and we've got on that little 10K thing as well. We've been cooking something up. Our sponsors, Troy, have been cooking up something pretty exciting. So we're gonna drop that. That should create a stir. You'll love it. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
I definitely.
Do you think he's gonna love it? You might like it. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see how you
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
if you want to, accept the mantle or not. But
Yeah.
bro, where does it all begin for you? Where were you born?
So I was born in Auckland, but
Yeah.
my parents are both completely different cultures.
Yeah. So what's the Can we go back? Yeah. Let's actually go past you. Let's go back into because I saw you come up with the flags.
Yeah. I came out with the Sri Lankan and Māori flag.
What's the heritage?
Yeah. So my dad, he's originally from Sri Lanka,
Yeah.
and my mom is European, Māori, Hawaiian. Yeah. It's crazy.
So you came out with Sri Lanka and Māori.
So that was the Sri Lankan flag.
That was a Sri Lankan flag. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping the
cool.
cameras would get both flags in there,
Oh,
but
yeah.
And the Māori flag.
it just got the Māori flag.
Bro, a little bit of Hawaiian in there, like that.
Yeah.
Bro, how
I got hands,
epic.
bro.
You're an island boy.
Yeah,
bro.
so good. That's a good mix. So
Yeah.
that's like you've I don't know. You've
Yeah.
got to have some sort of genetic base, solid base.
Yeah.
Solid base. And so where were you born? Where'd you grow up?
So I grew up around like West Auckland, Gleneden.
Yeah.
So that's my hometown. Went to like Gleneden Intermediate, then went to Kelston High School.
You know me. What about the Palmy connection? I know that much.
Yeah, so my mom, like she moved out to my parents are separated. So my mom moved to Palmerston North in like 2015.
Yep.
So I stayed out there for like 2 years, and then I kind of got sick of the place. I just
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's got everything you need.
Yeah,
Nothing
I
you
thought we were
don't.
trying to not be controversial.
No.
That's a common occurrence down
I'm a
there.
city boy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone stopped for a pie in Palmerston North,
Mm.
or gone to nursing school
Yeah,
or something. If you want to go to
It's a
school
uni
there,
town.
It's a uni town.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Or your parents are there.
Yeah.
And so you go down.
Yeah.
We've had this similar experience. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And so when do you start fighting in that journey?
So I actually started fighting while I was I started training while I was down there. Like
How old?
sorry, excuse me. I was like 14 at the time when I first stepped into a kickboxing gym.
Yeah.
14, 15, yeah. 15, sorry, 15.
Is that Art of Combat?
Who? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It was originally called Jay's Gym with Jacob Farmer, but now it's called Art of Combat. That's where Tony Jagged, Karan Braddock, and a few other like big
Is
names.
it AOC? Is that what they called? No, I'm thinking of ROC. So
I think it might be AOC. Art of
Yeah,
Combat.
maybe. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what made you go there? What was the driver? What were you doing? What sports were you playing around school? Like,
Yeah,
you look like you'd be mean on the badminton court.
bro. No, funny story. I was actually like really bad at sports growing up. Like horrible. I had no athleticism at all. I swear to God. Like my dad put me into like this athletics club when I was like in primary school, and I would come last at every single event. Like every race, I'd come last. Shot put, discus, everything. Like long jump, I would come last at everything. No athleticism whatsoever. Like I tried doing rugby, touch, basketball, soccer, everything you could think of. And my dad was kind of disappointed because he really wanted me to do some sort of sport,
Yeah.
like even cricket, because that's like one of the main sports. in,
Even cricket.
like,
Yeah,
especially
even
cricket. Especially cricket.
Especially cricket.
He was like, yeah,
Yeah.
what do you mean even?
Yeah,
He's like,
Sri
"That's top of the
Lanka."
list." He's like,
Yeah.
"Surely."
The Sri Lankan bro was after the cricket phenom, eh? Like,
he was.
yeah.
But yeah, to Noville, I was bad at every sport. Like I'm not kidding. I was bad at every single sport I tried.
How did you rock up to the kickboxing gym then? Or how did you find? Because when you're 14, I remember. Yeah, how did you find that gym?
Oh, so long story. Like one time I was
Time.
I was in year 9, and I seen this video of this dude kicking a banana tree. You know who that is? That's a Burka, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. And I also like I was just going on Facebook. I was scrolling through and I saw this like ripped ass like Thai dude just like kicking down this banana tree. It's like, yo, that looks so cool.
So
I should also mention as well, like my dad is also like black belt in Taekwondo.
Oh,
Yeah,
for real?
yeah, bro. Yeah, like
That's why he holds space like that.
yeah,
He's about it.
yeah, bro. He's about it. Like he was crazy, bro. Like when I was a kid, I would just watch him like throw some crazy kicks. And one of the first ever techniques he ever showed me was a spinning heel kick,
Yeah, which you were throwing.
which I
like,
threw in the tournament. Like that was the first ever technique I ever learned in fighting, and I would have been like 7, 8, 9 at the time. And he would always like show off his kicks. He's kind of like cocky, cool kind of guy. Like yeah, it was so cool to watch. But I never ever thought when I learned that technique I would ever actually use it, and I actually did. Like which was on the last tournament.
But you threw
this
like
weekend.
a dozen.
I
of
threw
these.
so many.
You were throwing it
I
here.
was just
When
spamming
the
it.
front of your foot was cooked, eh? You're just like, I'm gonna use the heel.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah.
It actually does
It
kind of
actually
use
does.
a different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you've had a little bit to do with fighting. You throw in hook kicks, you suck at all your sports, and then something gets you into a kickboxing gym. What's that?
Man, it's hard to explain, but growing up, I got into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But there's a point in my life where I was like, all right, I just want to kind of change my pathway and like kind of switch out my character. Like it's a long story, but I feel like a lot of people like wanted to hurt me, like just like I can't explain, like maybe hood rats. It's probably the best way to describe those people. Like a lot of people like saw me as like an easy target. If that makes sense.
Why they see you as an easy target?
I don't know. I was pretty like nerdy, like a small little dude, like growing up.
Yeah.
I was a bit like chaotic in primary school and intermediate, but like I try to switch that out and try to be a bit more calmer, like try to blend in with everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you had a lot. So you kind of like the
like
nerdy kid.
I had like bad
Like,
ADHD,
yeah.
bro. Like
Yeah.
I was
Probably
like,
we-
yeah,
we
I get
always
what you're
just-
trying to say. Like you effed up in class, and then they're like, "Oh, that dude's weird." And
nah,
like,
but there
"Oh."
was as people I didn't even know, like they legit just saw me and they would like want to step me out and stuff. It was just
Were
weird.
you always this good looking?
Nah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because I'm just thinking like nerdy,
Yeah.
good-looking Sri Lankan kid. Like I can see a target developing
yeah.
there for.
Nah,
Okay.
I was so dusty, bro. I was so dusty.
Well, it turned out right, eh? The old ugly duckling.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always thought it'd suck to get kicked in the head by someone as good looking as you. Like, you know?
Oh yeah, I felt it the other day at the MPI opening day, and it's actually located at
Let's go, man. Okay, cool, bro. So you got a bit of target on your back, you're getting in a bit of trouble, you got a bit of fighting background, you go to Jay's gym, which, fun fact, is the first gym I ever started training at.
Oh wow.
For whatever,
What a
been
weird
there for about
coincidence.
3 weeks. I met 3 months. I met Jacob at the Massey gym.
Yeah.
And he almost knocked me out one day because I was a cheeky little cunt too.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that just funny little coincidence there. And so, did you fall in love with it straight away, or what happened?
So before like I actually went, yeah, I don't know. I felt like I had this thing to prove, like, because I had all these people like wanting to like scrap me and stuff, and I don't know. I just had this like little energy in me that was like, nah, you know, I haven't been like an athletic person. I haven't shown any like sort of physical strength. I really want to like have an outlet where I could prove myself. And like at the time, my parents like said, yeah, my parents are still separated, but at the time I called my dad up. I'm like, you know, Dad, like, please, can I do kickboxing? I really want to start the sport. Like, I promise if you put me in the classes, like, I promise you, I'll do it every single day. I will not waste your money. Like, I promise you, like, I'll attend every single class. I won't miss a single thing. And he was like so happy to do it. Like, he was like, finally, like, he's gonna do a sport. Finally.
Sure, you don't want to do cricket. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Just one last crack, eh? Like
One last crack.
he turns up. He called him and he's got the cricket bat in his hand. Oh, kickboxing.
Cool. Okay, and that's a good gym, right? Marty.
Marty.
Jay.
That was my first he's my coach actually.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Shout out to Marty.
Shout out to Marty, bro. He's a good guy.
Yeah,
like,
Marty's the man.
he's a good guy, bro. So yeah, I jumped straight into kids classes, and bro, it was like I just fell in love with it straight away.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you feel like you'd found your calling, or like were you like, oh, okay, this is me?
Bro, I thought I was crazy because I would like straight after school, I would legit just go straight to the gym. Like straight after school, bro. I was so hungry, like. And at that age, I'm like, no one else is like this. Am I crazy? Am I normal? Like, what's going on here? I would show up, like, I would pull up on, like, because I had, like, the gym card. I would go on, like, a Saturday, like, morning, then go Saturday night, then go on Sunday night. Like, it was just crazy, bro. Like,
It's definitely not normal, but that's why you can do what you can do and other people can't.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
I was so obsessed,
Wait,
bro.
I got a question that I wanted to ask before, but before you went to the gym, were there any street fights or anything that happened before? Were you like me? Before I became, I was like, I'm Mr. Runaway guy.
Bro, I got into so many school fights.
Oh,
like,
true.
Some of them were definitely my fault.
How'd you go?
Definitely one lost some, bro. Half.
One some, yeah.
One some, lost some, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got hiding sometimes, eh? I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that's good. I won
Yeah.
some, lost most. Yeah, cool. Did you have any scraps back in the day? Is that what you?
Not before I started fighting, nah, bro. I must have when I was doing graffiti for a couple years, I started some fights, but then I never got to a fight. I was like, anyway.
Yeah.
We need to do. We're gonna have to swap. We're gonna have to swap. We're gonna need to do the. We need to do the Shane Young story.
No.
Sometime.
I was just saying also
Not
that
today.
there's a lot of people that get surprised when they're like, oh, they think fighter, and they think someone that like either was like a martial artist from like the age of 3, or just some like in the hood kid that's been saved, got no parents or some stuff like that. But no, yeah, I feel like our story, they're like not really been a fighter, but sort of wanted to do it to find something to prove themselves at us, you know, that young age. Like that's the majority of the dudes I know from like CKB and stuff. They're all that sort of buzz.
Yeah, it's crazy. It gives you like that outlet to prove like a strength that not many people could actually do.
Yeah, and then you fell in love with it.
Yeah,
Okay,
bro.
cool. So then, when do you have your first fight? Actually, like what happens there? So you train with, and then you end up moving back up home to Auckland.
Yep. So I ended up moving back home, and I actually dropped out of school at the time. It's crazy. Yeah.
So you were 14 when you went there, then you trained there for like 2 years.
2 years. I was like 6. So I moved down at 14. I started training at about 15. It was only for a few months. Then I turned 16. Still training for a little bit, and then I decided to move to Auckland because at the time I wanted to like do engineering, but my school didn't offer any sort of papers to do it, any NCAA papers. And bro, because I'd done so much stupid shit at school, I actually had to like drop out. Like no school would accept me, bro. It was so bad, bro.
The more the fight.
So what year is this? Is this
so
year
much
11?
dumb shit. At the start of year 12.
Right, so you couldn't get into a school at the start of year 12?
Bro, so bad. Like I absolutely wrecked my reputation at school. It was so bad. Yeah, it was just.
Sorry, I just.
It's nice because
every bad thing you can think of.
It's just like, nice because I like know what he's done now. I'm like,
yeah, that's what I mean as well. I'm like, I'm blown away.
I try to redeem myself, bro.
So I know how bad you have to be to get kicked out of our school, and then let alone so bad you're like the whole
not let
region.
into the new ones.
The whole region's like, nah, bro, bad egg.
Yeah.
So you but you went to Kelston for a bit.
Yeah.
And then left at the start of year 12.
I went to Kelston year 9 and a little bit of year 10.
Right.
Then I moved to Palmerston North.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what happened? What did you do instead of school?
So there's this correspondence school called Dakota. Like shout out to those guys. Like they honestly helped me a lot. So it's basically like school, but it feels more like uni, like online uni.
Right.
You know. So you can do all your NCA like internals through them. They'll send you like the email when you do like a what is it, like a practice test. If they think you're ready, then they'll send you the actual internals, and then fill them out, send them back. It gets marked, and then if you pass it gets posted on the NZQA website. But the actual externals, you have to go into like an actual proper high school and sit them, which is fucked up, bro.
So you're wheeling yourself in there.
Yeah. So I had to go to to Linfield High School to sit my externals, and like I was wearing mufti, bro, because I don't go to this school. I don't have their uniform. And there's all these people like, yo, who's this guy, bro? I've never seen this guy before. I could just hear all these people like whispering in the hallway, bro. It was so bad.
Did you have to do it in a room with all of them and they're in their uniforms?
Yeah.
And you're just
I'm the only guy that's there with mufti, and they've never seen me in their life.
That symbolism, eh? Like just like this guy like carving his own path.
Yeah, wow.
Like why? Because you also just casually mentioned like I always want to do engineering. Where did that come from? Where did the desire for to be an engineer come from?
I wanted to like. I really had a huge like passion, not passion, but like curiosity for just like figuring stuff out. I really like science and math in school, but I don't know. I feel like the way school kind of, I don't know. I feel like
you can say it.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna say. Like,
say it.
It's just trash, bro. They really don't put much passion into it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of trash schools.
Yeah, there's a lot of trash schools, a lot of trash teachers, and then if you're lucky enough, you get one of those good ones.
Yeah, bro.
And I feel like I had about 15%, 20% like good ones, and like
bro.
that was kind of enough to get you through sometimes.
Yeah, but there's so much passion out there. I feel like it's just unharnessed, just because of like the level of. Yeah, I don't know. I feel the schools are just.
Okay, so then you go and you do your externals and you pass level 2, level 3. You just
I did really well. Like it was crazy.
Did you get excellence?
Yeah. I got excellence endorsement for like. I don't want to brag about this. I did really well for calc and physics. It was crazy.
Oh man.
But all I did was just like I just spent my whole life those 2 years, like last 2 years of what would have been high school, just studying every day. Yeah.
So you've got a switcher. You've got this thing of like I'm gonna do the thing. And then you put all your energy into it. You're able to focus your energy down and your obvious capability into this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's special. That's awesome. Do you think you were born with it, or did you get it from your dad, or is it a combo? Where did that come from? It's kind of what I was speaking to at the start. I want to know if we can. How do we bottle Ruwanga and then provide that, you know, to more people?
I feel like growing up, kind of got compared to like other kids a lot,
Mhm.
and not just that, but I feel like throughout school and everything, I don't know, like I feel like I was always looking up at people, like, and I was like just down here, you know. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say.
Little
Like,
chip on your shoulder? You're going like, I can do
I'm
that.
just like, why can't I be like them?
Nice.
Yeah, basically what Simo was saying too. Not like better than them, but I know what you mean. Like want to
Yeah, I was kind of like
that confidence.
ugly
or
duckling, if that
be
makes
up
sense.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanted to prove yourself, and then you're asking those questions, and the answer is there's no reason, right? There's no reason you can't be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, epic. So now, and then what happens? What's happening with your fighting career at that point? Are you training at Strikeforce by now, or?
So I was so focused on like just studying at the time because I didn't have any teachers around me, so I had to get into uni somehow, and I just put all my eggs into one basket.
Yeah.
I stopped training for a while. I would go to Strikeforce for a bit, but yeah,
How was that then? How was the first, how did you find out about Strikeforce? Was the first time you went into Strikeforce?
so some of my bros from intermediate went there. So
Oh, so when you went to Palmy,
Yeah.
they were up here going,
Yeah,
and then you were
yeah.
both like, oh, bro,
Yeah.
we're both, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me. What was your first Strikeforce session like? Do you remember it? Do you remember your first Aaron session?
bro, it was just crazy. Like it was crazy, bro. Like
Sprints.
yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it
did
was
you get
honestly
the
just
cones
it was
out?
just
Yeah,
sprints,
yeah.
bro. It was just sprints, and it was completely different to what I was
Yeah.
doing in at out of combat.
Yeah. Yeah. Intense. Eh?
Just intense, bro. Yeah.
Man, and then you loved it, right? That worked for you. You were
Actually,
like,
I got a hiding from someone there, and I
Oh.
stopped coming, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I got beat up so bad.
oh no.
Do you
Are we
know-
gonna
do
put
you
them on
remember what it
blast?
was?
Yeah, well, it was Ben Spears.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Oh, everyone's got a Ben Spears fuck me up
Yeah,
story.
I was gonna say with the,
I got humbled so bad, bro.
That is so. Do you think you needed it, or was it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I was like a cocky. I kind of got a bit cocky, like at that age. You know, I was like, yeah, I can fight now. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I've been training Muay Thai. You know, I know some stuff. And then yeah, he completely, yeah, he brought me back to reality. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Shout out to Ben Spears.
Bro.
Fuck yeah,
So
that's
then
great.
when you did your studies, then you were sort of doing a little bit of training at Strikeforce. You finished your NCA level 3s.
Yeah.
Then when did you? So you like did you take a break before uni? Did you go?
Nah,
Start your role straight
bro,
away?
I went straight to uni
Yeah.
after that.
And what's the
did-
degree?
Bachelor of Engineering,
Yeah, man. And specialize in elite.
electrical. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, bro.
And so, oh, so one of your parents is in Auckland.
Yep.
So, okay, yeah.
Yeah, my dad.
When did you make your second like recommitment to going to Strikeforce?
2018, I would say. So it was like the last year of me like kind of finishing NCA level 3.
Yeah.
I started coming back to training more. I started doing like more sparring rounds and that. Yeah, and then I did like it was in-house fights. And yeah.
Oh, that's where Ben Spears beat you up.
Nah, I fought this like 30-year-old guy, bro. Yeah.
You're like,
he,
what,
like he
16,
rocked my shit up,
17?
bro. Yeah, I got my ass beat.
Was that your first fight at Strikeforce
Yeah.
in-house?
Oh.
I've watched Strikeforce in-house. I've found excuses to not do it twice.
Yeah.
I've looked at those fights and gone,
Bro, that fight was so ruthless, bro. We were trying to like knock each other out.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like a like.
And so that was your first fight,
I would definitely count that as like my
as your first like
Yeah.
with your gloves on.
Yeah,
not
we were
street
we were trying to
sweat.
knock
Yeah.
each other out, and he clipped me with something, bro. Yeah,
yeah. And then what was that like? What was the experience like? Did you love it?
I was like scary, bro. I was like, oh, that's like, I kind of hit me. I was like, that's what a fight actually feels like.
Was it one of the ones with the the wall of people, no
Yeah.
ring? It was just
Yeah.
a wall of people
Yeah.
on the mats. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would have felt. Wow, that would have been. That's
That's
cool,
intense.
bro.
It was so
That's
buzzy,
cool,
bro, and it was outside too.
Yeah, I want to do that. I mean, I'd want to do that, but yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do it. But just to have that on the resume, like, yeah, just remember that, bro. That's like street beefs.
Yeah, it
Stuff.
actually is. It actually is.
There's that real famous video of Dan and Ants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like,
Yeah, that's a classic. Eh?
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
like the amount of times that's gone around, and it's funny seeing like the comments from people just like in America or whatever.
Worldwide,
And they're
yeah.
just like, "What
Yeah,
the
that
fuck
kind
is
of-
this?"
Yeah,
And we're just
yeah.
like, "Oh no, that's just Christmas."
yeah, you guys.
Oh, you
hey.
mean Christmas at
You
Strikeforce?
guys, Yeah, that's just Christmas.
It's just Christmas.
I hate Christmas at Strikeforce.
Christmas
Man, I'd
at
rather have an
Strikeforce.
actual fight than do that.
Oh, a leg kick. Oh, an overhand. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Okay, so I just think, because I've always, when I tell people about you, I'm like, this guy has his shit buttoned up. He's like fucking talented, works hard, he's an electrical engineer, blah, blah, blah. It's a resume. Like, it's a,
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of fucked up my life like at a young age. I'm not gonna lie. Like I definitely like made a lot of mistakes. I had to like click on pretty early. Like if I keep
Yeah.
going down this path, it's gonna like
well, it sounds like there was a convergence point, right? You weren't
Yeah.
getting, and you weren't getting into schools. Da, da, da. That's a lot
Yeah.
of people are like, oh, okay, dealing drugs, dead end job forever, whatever. And you went all in on remote learning, engineering. You know, like that's just like there's a fork in the road for everyone. And I think one of the things that people don't recognize is that fork in the road's open to you every day.
Yeah,
Every day you
for
wake
sure.
up, like it doesn't matter. I've got experiences having seriously fucked my life, you know, stuff on the wall. And I just kind of always choose like, off we go again. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really special. I think it should be really inspiring to all of your fans and just everyone in general.
Yeah, you can definitely turn things around.
Especially here in New Zealand, bro. Like you were one of how many,
Bro,
probably
I
around
legit
the
would have
time.
just been another brown statistic. Like honestly, that's what I was setting myself up for. Just being another like moldy statistic.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, you gotta put us on us Maldives. You should.
No,
He's got statistics too, bro.
No, but I do feel like we get a bad rep, but there's a lot of amazing like Maldies out there. Like we don't get that sort of attention. You know, the news will always put us on like blast for like bad stuff, but there's so many like Maldies turning that around now.
Bro, if I could trade in some of my genetics or some Maldiedom, I'll be there. I'll be doing that deal immediately. I surround, rightly or wrongly, I end up surrounding myself with Māori people. I fucking loved it.
Yeah,
The
bro.
culture,
Yeah,
warrior spirit, intelligence, smarts, loyalty, just all of these facets. And I just think you're coming up against serious generational trauma that a lot of indigenous peoples come up to.
Yeah.
But like one of the biggest passions in my life is to raise the culture up, because what it actually comes down to is belief.
But there's so much potential in this culture.
There's so much potential in the culture. We've had so many chats about it. You know, Ariel, my kids are going to be Māori. If she doesn't fucking boot me to the curb for being a dickhead. There's a reason, you know, like there's so much potential there.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, 100%. So but that's awesome, right? So now you're training. And when did you have your first fight?
I had my first fight in 2019.
Yeah.
2018, you had the big.
Again, that's a lot.
The first scrap.
The smoker. That was a smoker, and then our first ring fight.
Yeah. There's actually another long story.
Tell them.
Okay. So
the JRE. This is the poor man's Joe Rogan experience.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really like used to Aaron. Like you know how Aaron can be pretty harsh. One day he just obliterated me because I wasn't listening. Like I had like an ADHD moment, and I was just completely zoned out. And he's teaching a technique one day, and so we were like all doing, the whole class was doing the technique, and I was doing something completely random. Like I remember I was just in my own world, and he came up to me and was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Were you fucking listening to like what I was saying?" Like he just went off at me, bro, and it was just a huge tangent. And I took a lot of offense to that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pack my bags. I'm gonna go to another gym. And so I went to this gym called Oliver MMA.
Oh yeah.
And it was just down the road.
Yeah.
And I trained with those guys for a few months, and I had my first fight with them, and yeah, it actually didn't go well. I lost that as well. Yeah.
I loved it. So you got on your high horse. You're like, I don't need this from you, Aaron. Blah blah.
Peace
blah.
out, bro.
Peace out. We're at Oliver's.
Yeah.
Get your ass kicked.
Yeah, I lost to Dion Wilson, the guy I fought.
Yeah.
Bro, you beat me,
Damn,
bro.
was that your first fight?
That was my first fight, and he's good, bro.
Bro, he's so good.
He's actually so good, bro. Underrated fighter.
Bro, I wasn't underrated. I look at what he did to the guy before he fought you.
Yeah.
And then you guys had this like technical war.
Bro, it was a chess match, man.
It was
a chess match. I was actually like, you're not supposed to, you don't really think when you're in a fight. It's just all like reaction and stuff. But me and him, we were both like thinking.
What happened in the first fight?
Oh, it was kind of bad. I was like just swinging at him, and he was just being so technical and just picking me apart. Like he did a really good job. Like it was good.
Yeah. Okay, so then what happens? This is interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Crazy, bro. He was my first opponent.
Yeah, cool.
And he actually he's really good. He went on like a 6-7 fight win streak or something. After that, he's pretty good, bro.
Yeah, pack. And
Yeah.
then, so what happens with your Oliver
Oh,
journey?
yeah.
What?
What-
Yeah, to
Oh,
fill us in.
Okay, so 1 month later, I took another fight, and it was against his teammate, and I got beaten again.
But it was on a
Oh,
Dion's
so
by one of
teammate.
Dion's-
Oh.
his
So
name's-
you're 0-2.
Yeah, I was like 0-2, and this was his mate. Yeah, this was one of his teammates. Yeah, he did really well as well. He went on like to go 8-0.
Whoa.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
So I
you
got-
just
I got
you almost got a
two-
lot, Yeah.
Yeah, 2 first fights against some really good fighters. Yeah,
Lost them both.
lost them both.
Cool. Another the Daniel Ruwanga story. You know, before he
Yeah,
Stumbled off the
Yeah.
racing blocks.
yeah,
yeah,
got
Yeah.
kicked out of all schools, got excellence in level 3, went and
Yeah.
became an electrical engineer. Loses first fights. You know, like come on, this
yeah,
is
yeah.
we got a pattern. We got a pattern developing here.
Yeah.
I like it.
I
Um,
can't end on a loss, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So what happens with the journey with Oliver's? Where does that come to an end?
So one of my friends from Strikeforce, my brother was still training. My brother was training at Strikeforce.
Anna.
And
Oh.
Mana, he was just telling me like, bro, you gotta come back, man. You're losing your fights. Come back. Aaron's been asking you to like.
Oh,
Come. Yeah, bro. So
that's
Aaron
cool.
was actually telling other people to tell me to come back. You know, like
Really?
yeah, bro. And one day I saw one of my friends, Poyan. So he was picking my brother up and dropping him off somewhere back home. And I was on the way. I was walking home back to my house, and I saw them. And he's like, bro, you gotta come back to Strikeforce. Like Aaron really wants you to come back and stuff. And I was like, you know what, like, I'll give it another shot. And yeah, I went back to Strikeforce, and
And the
Yeah.
rest is history.
the rest is history, bro.
Well, wait, not the rest of history. I want to hear all the fights, but
Yeah. I want to hear how that rolls. But I think, I mean, you got to be a certain type of individual to survive and to thrive at Strikeforce.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
often your greatest strength is your greatest weakness, right?
Yeah.
And that's what Aaron just, if you can handle it, he just extracts more out of your mentality. Well, that's at least
Bro.
my experience. It's kind of what I see
Bro, for
in
real.
there. There's
Yeah.
just this like aura and energy of like, fucking give me everything you've got.
Yeah.
And if you're
Yeah.
willing to do that, like it comes out.
Bro, you gotta have that iron in you to train at Strikeforce. Like my fiance, she's not even like doesn't even have a fighting background. She said like you actually gotta be tough to be at Strikeforce, because like I said, I walked away after he went off at me, and there's so many people I've seen that have like left, so many people come and go, and bro, you gotta have that like steel in you, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So then you come
Yeah.
back and then fight 3, fight 4. How many fights you got on your record now?
So that would have been now I think 20 now. 20 literally.
Yeah,
After
well,
King
you
of the Ring.
done.
Bro, that was 20 now.
You
Yeah.
had 20 rounds at 2 King in the Ring, which
Yeah.
is crazy. Like that's
know, bro.
fucking crazy, right? 20
Yeah.
rounds, 20 kickboxing rounds. Oh,
Yeah.
my shin's just like, you know.
Hard.
Okay, so yeah, like take us through some of those fights. Do you
Yeah,
do
yeah.
you go back to Strikeforce and start winning immediately, or what happens?
So it was 2020 and start of 2020, yeah. And I went back to Strikeforce, and I pretty much just spent the whole year like just getting my confidence up again after losing, and just working on myself. Because the way I'm naturally I'm a southpaw, but when I was training at the other gym, I don't know if they didn't really the guy that was.
want you to do southpaw.
Nah, they
Make
wanted me
you
to be orthodox, bro.
What is this, 1908?
Yeah.
Like, that's what they used to do, though. The old boxing gyms were like, nah, everyone's orthodox.
Okay, so you get back into your southpaw vibe.
Yep. Start training like an actual southpaw. Start
Yeah.
fighting like an actual southpaw. And
I've
so
heard Aaron yell that at you so many times.
oh,
Fight like a southpaw. And I'm like,
left,
I
left,
don't even know
left.
really what it means, but
if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Straight
I've
up.
heard that.
Yeah. So I was just building my relationship back up with Aaron, and he was helping me build my confidence, and yeah. I think I missed like a few steps. I want to go back, like, because there's something that made me like really want to do fighting. Like,
Okay.
so I was already training and stuff, but back in 2018, like when I was kind of going back to Strikeforce gym, I used to work at Macca's, and I said this on one of the King in the Ring interview
tell
questions.
us the story.
Yeah, bro, this was
So
insane.
you're at uni working at Macca's.
No, not uni yet. So I
Okay.
was just working at Macca's and just like studying at home for like NCA, blah blah blah, and yeah, I used to deal with some like crazy customers, bro. Like I did a lot of night shifts, so there's a lot of drunk or like high people that would come in and just, I don't know, they kind of just abuse like the workers there. Like some people are quite like mean to the service workers, bro. I experienced it firsthand, and now like after working at McDonald's, bro, every time I deal with like fast or any service person, like whether it's a waiter or like there's a person on the mic, I'll always like be nice to them, bro, because I legit know what it feels like, bro. And
I can imagine McDonald's night shift being 3 steps from hell.
bro, it was, bro. It actually was. It was like some crazy people I had to deal with, bro.
Yeah.
Like crazy people.
Mm.
One particular night, I took a night shift, and I think it was like a Friday or Saturday night. I was having a pretty bad day because, bro, I dealt with so many people that day that were just like out the gate. And then there was this one particular person that came to the window like 10 minutes before I finished my shift, and it was a girl, and I couldn't actually hear what she was saying at the microphone. And I was being polite to her. I was like being fully respectful and stuff, and I was like, "Sorry, miss, like I can't really hear what you're saying. Do you mind like saying that again?" Like, and she took like I still couldn't hear it, and I repeated that like twice, like, "Sorry, I really can't hear what you're saying. Like, do you mind just like saying that one more time?" And then like out of nowhere, bro, she went from like whispering to like, I'm gonna come in there, I'm gonna f you up, and I'm gonna like kill you and stuff. I was like, what the hell? Like, I literally couldn't hear you. Like, what? Yeah. And then I was like, just f off. Like, leave me alone. Just go home. I'm not gonna take your order. And yeah. So she just like, accelerated, drove on down, and I could see on the cameras, bro, like four people like jumped out of the car, bro.
What did that feel like?
Oh, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I was sacking it.
Yeah.
I was so scared, bro.
You don't know what they got into. Oh, there's 4 of them.
Nah, bro. And like, I'm 10 minutes away from finishing my shift, and like I didn't want like the other female coworkers there to like deal with that. Like, they're pretty pissed off. Like that I said that to the girl, and one of them came to the window, and like he was trying to say something. Like he's pretending to say something, and his face was like turned away from me, and I was like, sorry, like I couldn't hear him, and this was so stupid of me to do. This was like my naiveness, bro. I was like, I went up to the window like this, and then next thing I know, like he fully like decked me in the face. Bro, I was like, I did not know what to do. My body was like in shock, and like my legs were frozen, bro. I did not know what to do in that situation, and they were just cussing me out and stuff. And then he went back into his car, whipped out a bottle, and he came up to the window. I'm like, yo, like chill. Like I have in the moment, I'm like, what the hell? You guys literally were like swearing at me. I stood up for myself, and now like this is how you're gonna act. But yeah, bro, it was just crazy. Like they were all like, come outside, like we're gonna like f you up and all that. And yeah, bro, it was just crazy. Like I felt so much fear that day, bro. Like I didn't know how to deal with that situation. Like no one does. And yeah, one of the people that were working the same shift as me, they knew the guy that punched me in the face. He's like, bro, don't mess with that guy. He's like a kickboxer and stuff. I know that guy. He trained. He's a kickboxer.
What a POS though.
I know, bro. It's crazy. Yeah.
But what a moment.
I know,
He's
bro.
the kickboxer.
Yeah,
Mm. I'm like, where did all my training go? I'm like, I've dropped my nuts completely, bro.
But it's almost like goes back to when you're at school and you're like, well, I could do that too.
Yeah.
But you could do it better, you know. You're like you don't want to be like him, but you want to be like people be like, don't mess with him. He's a kickboxer, you know, like that. Because I can imagine that.
You wanted that confidence. In
I had the talent, bro, but I've never had a fight at the time. Like my confidence wasn't there, bro. And like just getting dicked in the face like that at my work, bro. I'm like, I don't even know how to deal with it.
Like I'm a bitch, just standing there in your McDonald's uniform.
You're just having a nugget, eh? You're just having a nugget. You just go.
I didn't get trained for this, bro. I didn't get trained to do this.
No. Drive-through window fighting. Uber fades. But
yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How did they end up just leaving and?
Nah, bro.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. What happened?
Oh, bro. They waited outside the restaurant, bro. They waited like for like good 30 minutes, and my manager called the police and stuff, but they like stood their ground. They waited, bro. And like as I was about to like leave, I thought they were gone, bro. But they all came to the front door, all of them together, and they're like, "Come outside, come outside, like, we're gonna like f you up, blah blah blah." They just kept carrying it on, bro. And it was like there's like a good like group of 5 people, bro. It's crazy.
That's commitment, eh? To bash someone in the face. Obviously, the police have been called, but to hang around.
Yeah.
You're really committed to the.
Really dumb, eh?
Yeah.
Very
A lot
dumb.
of like low level.
Did the cops come? Oh, this is West
Oh, they
Weekend.
did, but it was like too late, bro. They already gassed it. But it was annoying because, my manager knew the girl that was swearing at us in the mic. Apparently, she worked with us or something. Like worked there in the past, and she's like, he was swearing at us. He was doing that. He was saying all this stuff. He was talking shit. I'm like, bro, what? You guys literally instigated this,
Mm.
and now like they were looking for trouble, bro. They were
Yeah,
straight up looking
yeah,
for trouble.
yeah.
And that guy that was a kickboxer, like he was looking for that. He wanted an excuse to go do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they eventually bail, and then what was that evening like for you? How does that evening go as you go home and you process that? You're shaking. Are you up all
Oh, bro,
night?
I was shaking. I was up all night. Like I was 17 at the time. That was like actually traumatic, bro.
Yeah.
It was bad, bro. Like that's the best way I could say it. I don't want to sound like a bitch, bro. But
Nah, bro, that's scary as shit.
I was actually like traumatized for a long
Yeah.
time. And the messed up thing is they kept coming back, bro. While I was on ships, they kept coming during the day, bro. To like,
What
I know, bro.
Dude, I'm not like name and shame these fucking pussy
Nah,
ass.
yeah, let's not.
Bunch of
Let's
little
find them.
fucking pussies.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
They'll be probably in the crowd. Going,
Yeah,
I
bro.
know that guy.
Yeah.
I punched
Yeah,
that guy one
yeah,
day.
yeah, they will be, bro. They will be.
Yeah.
They'll be doing that. I punched that guy at Macca's one day.
Yeah, bro. It's,
Or,
Fuck.
or something will come around and then you'll, I don't know. Something.
Wow. Okay. Did you find, was that something that gave you another level of like, right, I'm gonna become a fighter?
bro,
That's never
that
happened.
rocked me up so bad, bro. Like it shook me so bad, bro.
What was the self-talk there? Do you remember what you used to say to yourself, or was there something that like, so you were shook? When did it turn into power and motivation?
It took It took years, bro. It took years, bro. Like honestly, I did not get any confidence for years. Like that's something that like wrecks you, bro. Like especially for like a like if it happened to another person, I don't know, someone that doesn't have any background in training or something, bro, that would actually mess them up for a long time.
Yeah.
Like some average like person on the street. And that's the thing, like there's a lot of dudes out there that train and go around like standing over people, like decking people in the face in public. I have no respect for that. Like that's coward stuff.
Yeah, we need as many people training as possible,
Yeah.
understanding morals, ethics, what good looks like. So when that stuff starts to kick off, it's like, okay,
Yeah, bro.
let's do the thing.
Yeah.
Most people, when they're trained, fight less. They want that. So
Yeah.
a lot of that for
Yeah.
people. I don't want to stand up for anyone here, but a lot of that like that hurt people stuff. Like that person is scared and in pain and a bit fucked up. Like.
And I feel like to get anywhere, I mean, there's an exception. And what?
That's
Anyway, I was gonna say to go through the fighting system and to actually become a fighter, I feel like you get weeded out if you're a piece of shit, like a guy who does that, a guy who knows what the damage a punch can do to someone and then does it to a random, that I would hope that they would get weeded out. But
surprisingly, I
was gonna say, but without, I'm just gonna do some gossip. But between the lines, I heard. And I know of someone that just fought in the King of the Ring that you fought on. That's a bit of a coward puncher himself.
really.
But okay, that's a big actually call him coward punch. But I mean, if you're fighting in the streets as a person that is fighting in King of the Ring,
Like he was in the tournament?
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, how reliable is that evidence?
pretty reliable.
Pretty reliable. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll just.
And it's cross-referenced with a couple other.
Wow.
But anyway,
Well,
it's
that does-
this guy here. No,
It's this guy here.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep,
so
we got him. No. Anyway,
he's
but
been hunting down Burger King employees.
Hurt people.
drive through is like, yeah, your push kick to the face. You've been practicing.
Wow. But
Yeah.
so that, but you said that at some point that became power for you. At some point it went from, I guess I felt victimized, I'm traumatized. At some point, you said when you opened that up, something that really make me want to be a fighter.
Yeah, bro.
At what point did that happen? Talk me through that.
Oh man, it took me like years of like training to get that confidence. Like
Right.
years of training, bro. And I'm talking like every day, bro.
And when you trained, did you used to think about that? Was that there with
there
you?
was a lot of moments where I thought about it, and there was a lot of moments where I was like, I really want to cross paths with this guy. But he's one of those people that like have one fight and then just gap it. He had one fight. It was one padded fight. I found out who he was. He had like a shin pad fight, and then he's going around like acting up like that. It's like it's so pathetic.
Yeah,
It's so
that
pathetic.
person, the type of person
Yeah.
that goes through and pursues it and has 15 fights, often is not the same person like
No.
tricking people and hitting them through a McDonald's drive-through window with 5 mates.
Yeah.
That's not.
No.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
Okay, so then you use that as power. I just want to hit on that because I think it's really important, right? It's this idea of a fork in the road.
Yeah.
So you've got a decision: is this going to continue to haunt you? But you went and used it as a motivating force to train and to conquer, which we all have trauma. differing degrees of trauma.
Yeah.
It's like, do you use it as power to progress and to conquer that trauma, or does it control you, right? Does it hold you back?
Ah, I've wanted to tell this story for a long time because I don't think a lot of people know that's like kind of the reason that was like something that shook me up to like make me be like, I want to prove my strength now. I really want to solidify it, and I really want to show people and the world like what I can do if I actually try. Because at the time, like I told you, I didn't have any like athleticism. I didn't have any background in like being strong or anything. So I feel like my perception of the world was the world and the people around me saw me as like a weak guy. And like growing up until that point, I'm like, I really want to show off my strength and what I can do one day. I really want that opportunity. I wanted it so bad, bro. And you can see now, like, I've every platform that I've been given, like, I've given my fights like my 100%. I've like tried my best to like really prove that.
Did you always give your fights 100%, or was there a switch? Like, did you? Because I remember one day we were driving.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we were driving to Kills Prince one day? And we were talking about fights. This is before you went on your like tear.
Yeah.
And I remember asking you, I think you just lost a couple, or you'd lost a few and then you'd won a few. And I remember you saying something to the word like, you hadn't figured out yet that like, no, I'm gonna stand here and I'm either winning or I'm dying. Like you'd like had been leaving a little bit of gas in the tank in your fights.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, there was a point where I kind of just let go of that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know where, but somewhere along the way. And it was probably around where I fought Michael the Machine Isaac.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it before that?
Somewhere around like maybe probably our first fight. That's when I realized like, holy crap! Like, imagine if I just let go.
Did you have 2 fights with Michael?
I did. Yeah, you guys didn't know that.
Well, that's what we got to go back to.
Yeah, sorry.
We were at about fight 3,
Yeah.
which was going to be the first Strike Force fight.
Yeah.
I'm doing the Christopher Nolan, eh?
Yeah. Interstellar.
Tenet.
Yeah. Okay. So fight 3. Fight
Yeah.
3. First official fight was Strike Force.
Got my fist up.
Yeah.
Padded?
Nah, that was my
Oh,
first
shit.
unpadded fight.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Oh, it was so good, bro. It was so good.
What was it? Was it?
It was a
Three-two?
unanimous.
3-3.
Yeah, 3-2.
Yeah.
Yes. It was good win, bro. Almost got the knockout last round.
Oh,
Yeah, it
yes.
was so good.
Nice. And then 4th fight, 5th fight.
Fourth fight, I lost.
Mhm.
Ooh,
So now my record is 1 win, 3 losses.
Oh.
And
It's
in-house.
horrible, bro. Plus the in-house,
An
like,
energetic 4 losses.
bro. So I'm like questioning, like, yo, am I even like made for this?
Man, those numbers suck the way looking at
It
numbers.
does, bro,
'cause
it
it's just,
does.
You've just got to rack the fights up.
It does.
Okay, cool. So you were having doubts. Daniel
Mm.
Ruwanga's going, am I made for this?
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And then fight 6, fight 5, fight 6.
So after that last loss, that was in about December 2020, and at the time, like, my mental well-being was pretty trash. Like, there's a lot of things in my life that happened at the time that made me completely like, I don't know how to say this, but I kind of just lost hope. And yeah, it's a long story. Like, at the time I was in like this 3-year relationship and like kind of got cheated on and stuff. It was a lot of stuff that happened at the time.
Kind of got cheated on, or?
I reckon it's different.
No one likes
different.
to admit being cheated on.
Yeah.
Oh, and also if it's an accusation. No.
No, like,
Oh, you know, don't want to.
for sure. Like,
Name and shame. Let's just create as
No.
much smoke as we
Nah,
can.
nah.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so you're losing some fights. You've been cheated on.
all happening in the same
You're
time.
a dropout. No.
Bro, like L's on L's, bro. I took so many L's back then. Bro.
Yeah,
I'm
you've
not
been
even kidding.
assaulted at work.
Then you're the loser, Ruwanga. Bro, that could be your.
You're like Kurt Angle. You suck now.
It was so bad, bro. I took so many L's back then. I was just,
But yeah,
I was out of luck
that's
back
You're
then.
an out machine.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Damn, bro, that was hard though. And you were studying too.
Yeah.
How was your study going during that time? Because you started studying at 2018.
Kinda trash.
Or
Kinda
no,
trash, like,
2019, you're a year and
yeah.
a bit into it.
At the time, there's a lot of things happening. Like, yeah, I was kind of just losing the plot, bro.
Okay.
So you know how I worked at Macca's? I saved up a lot of money. Same time around December, like I put some of that money into like stocks. I was doing okay like at the start of the year, but like up until that moment, like I started making some really bad like choices with like what I was putting my money into. So all these things happening at once, bro. I was just taking L's on L's on L's.
Oh,
Bro, I lost a lot of money, bro. Like a lot of money. it just made me question like, what was all that? What was all those night shifts for? You know,
Oh,
it was so bad.
remember that punch to the face, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, mate.
Well, this
I could have been working at
this crew
Bunnings or
knows-
something.
Yeah.
This crew here knows a thing or two about wasteful spending, like or wasteful investing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to speak on your behalf, but
No, yeah, I feel
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. So you're taking L's, and then you're doubting yourself.
bro. Yeah, that.
Did
So
you
all
ever
of these.
did you almost come close to quitting at any point?
Yeah, man. After that loss, I was just questioning like, that whole 2020, that year of 2020, I was training so hard, like during lockdown, everything, and I was also like studying, like quite a difficult degree, and like I was doing okay, but I was like, I'm putting all this effort into the sport. Like, I've lost like all my fights basically. To what avail? Like, where am I even gonna go with this? Like, is there even any point? What if I just like stop training and just go all in and studying and go in all into my career and stuff? Like, what if I just do that instead? Because clearly this is not working out for me. And it's crazy, bro. Like, following the year 2020, 2021, my mental was just trash, bro.
COVID as well.
Yeah, it was COVID, so like it was lockdown, and bro, my whole life was just a mess at the time. Like, I was studying, I was doing okay, but like I was like waking up, no, staying up to like 3, 4 a.m. bro, every night, waking up at like 3 p.m. in the afternoon. It was just crazy and chaotic, bro. Like, yeah.
Kicking your day off in the mid-arm. Rolling
That's
out
not
of
healthy.
bed, maybe
It's
some
not
baked
healthy, man.
beans for dinner if you're lucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of Windows shut, lots of YouTube.
Well, yeah, what was
Lots of
happening for you
wanks.
in COVID? No training?
So during like 2021, I came to a point where I was like, I feel really bad right now. I feel pretty horrible about myself. But a lot of things that have happened recently, even before that, like the stuff I mentioned, like I was like in a mental state where I was like, I really want to rebuild myself. Like, I really want to come back. If I ever come back to fighting, whatever I do in the future, if I ever get into another relationship, I want to go like I want to do the best I ever can, like best I can, And I spent like all of 2021 just reinventing myself.
How did you do that? How did you reinvent yourself? Because there's one question I haven't
Yeah.
asked you yet as well, but I'm gonna follow up later. What is how did you do that? How did the reinvention process go? What was the thought process? What tools did you use?
Yeah, so I am like someone that believes in God. Like, I pray like a lot, and that year, before that year, I was kind of like,
Is there a specific God or the
oh,
gods?
I'm like kind of Christian, like Christian.
You're a Christian?
Yeah,
Cool.
my Christian background. The year before that and like 2 years before that, I kind of like just stopped believing. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I kind of just lost faith, and I started being like real nihilistic and stuff. And then 2021, like I started praying again and like getting back into it. Like, after, even though I was doing all these like just living a messy ass life, I was like starting to just try to rebuild myself back up, like start building that relationship back up with God and stuff. And yeah, I was like journaling and like meditating and doing all these like self-improvement things. I was like watching this like YouTuber called Hamza at the time. I don't know if you guys know him. Hamza, yeah. So I was just consuming so much self-help content, and it actually like definitely worked. Yeah.
And you started praying again.
Started praying again, bro. And
I noticed as well you're a little bit like, because I've
mm,
been walking with God and I feel a little bit the same way, like like God or praying. I noticed you're a little nervous about it. Do you mind if I put you on the spot? What is that?
no, I know a lot of people don't believe. So I'm not gonna force my my views onto people, but
Right,
I
cool.
am like very much strong believer that like God is real and stuff.
And do you think that's where you've drawn a lot of power and strength in your
bro,
life?
like this is nothing. I think so, bro. I honestly think all the prayers, like my grandma would like growing up, my grandma's very religious, very hardcore Christian, and every single morning I wouldn't go to school without her like sitting me down and like reading like the Paipera, is it Paipera Māori? The Māori Bible.
Oh, yeah, the like Ratana Bible.
No. It was
just the
a
Māori
it was a
version
holy
of the
Bible,
Christian Bible,
but
yeah.
all in Te Reo Māori.
And she was fluent. So
Yeah,
she's
she's-
oh
Yeah,
whoa,
bro. I would have to like
cool.
recite every single like paragraph and stuff in Te Reo
Cool.
Māori.
Can you riff it now?
I forgot it.
Epic. Well, we need to learn that.
Yeah.
It's probably ingrained in your DNA.
You know it, right? You know it. I swear you've riffed it before.
What the whole?
No, not the whole thing, but I'm sure there's a morning
Oh,
prayer that you...
care. Yeah, that's just the one cut of care. But he's saying the whole Holy Bible, the New Testament,
Yep.
in
Old
Māori.
and New Testament.
Yeah,
in Te Reo Māori.
wow.
My grandma's so like
That's
religious,
cool.
like not religious. I would say she had a strong faith in God,
Mm.
and yeah, bro, it was so powerful. Like nothing could shake that. And growing up, I was just like, oh, it's kind of cringe. Like, Nana, like, what are you doing? And every time she would make me sit down and read the Bible with her, I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to pray. Like, I don't want to do any of this. I just want to go to school. Like, let me go. And even after school, she would come like force me to sit down and like read the scripture with her and like do another prayer in the afternoon. And I'm like, oh, do I really have to do this? She's like, yep, come on, like sit down, like. And sometimes like I'll be so zoned out, I wouldn't even like listen to what she's saying. I wouldn't even like care about it. But she still has so much passion and like love for it that she's like still reading it to me. She's not even self-aware that I'm like zoned out. She's just reading it to me with such passion. And yeah, bro, she was so worried for me growing up. Like I was kind of like the troubled child, like in school and stuff. So she would like pray for me every single day. She would sit me down before I went to school, like every day without stopping, like just a streak. Every single day she would pray with me, and I wasn't even invested in it at the time. But like as I got older, like there's so much power in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so special. Only from my personal experience, I only started praying last year, and since I did, everything started to work better.
Yeah.
And I'm real nervous about it. I don't want to call myself. We're having that chat with John the other night. Like, I don't even like calling myself a Christian.
Mm.
Like I'm like,
It's like a stigma behind it now.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary. I don't want to be like, oh, that guy thinks he's the God guy, and I've had so many different identities and masks that I've drawn on, but I'm starting to become more and more confident around it. And you again are one of the things, like electrical engineer, one's all fires, just good looking, fucking fiance, blah blah blah, everything. You just got it all lined up. But then I also know your history, and part of it was like God fearing. You've got faith.
Yeah.
You've got faith in a time where there's not a lot of faith around.
No, there's not. There's not, bro.
So that, oh man, that's special. And you can see a specific point in your life at which you went away from it. You went away from God. You went away from the prayer. Things started to kind of disintegrate, implode, doing the 3 p.m. wake ups.
Yeah, bro.
And then you started to bring it back in. Prayer.
It's all in 2021 specifically, bro.
Wow.
And bro, like I asked God for the most craziest things at the time, like make me a champion one day. Like at the time I thought things that weren't like possible, make me like one of the best fighters in the country, like give me like the best woman you could give me, like everything, bro. Like help me become a good engineer one day, like help me get my money on track. All these prayers, like I won't go into specifics because they're kind of personal, but like I asked for so many things, bro. Like I asked them to give me strength, bro, like all the strength he could give me, like so when I return back to fighting, when I get back into it, like I want to be the best, like give me all of the strength you can give me. Yeah, bro, it was crazy. Like,
and it worked.
Sorry, I shouldn't swear when I say that, but
yeah, but like you've been using
I've been using a lot of profanity today.
I swear way too much. I'm trying to, and I hope the big guy understands.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've got a faith journey as well, right? Like it's pretty. I find that inspiring. Hearing that testimony, I go, okay, right track.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel? Putting you on the spot.
Well, I feel like, man, I just gotta get closer.
Yeah, but I think the beautiful part about and it almost speaks to what was with the conversation we had yesterday. I'm like, I can't call myself a Christian because I'm not perfect yet.
Yeah,
I haven't given up all these hedonistic desires in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm still doing X, I'm still doing Y.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I'm allowed.
Still doing Y.
I'm doing heaps of Y. I'm doing lines of Y. But I think what I take from that is like history, where you're at, it doesn't matter. The practice is that it's not actually like get close to God. It's actually just read a little bit of the Bible each day, say a prayer. That's actually the journey I just like start now.
Yeah.
I would say my journey seeing at the moment is like it's like you guys have all started a diet and you're shredded. And I'm just like, oh man, maybe I should try this diet, bro. It looks pretty good. And then I think back, I remember being on that diet. Yeah, it did really work. It wasn't hard. But I'm like, oh, what's stopping me from getting back on it? But,
yeah. What is stopping you?
Anyway,
anyway, look, hold on, this is not about me.
Fight number 6.
Well, at the end, maybe we'll do a little prayer. a little prayer together at the end.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
cool.
that'd be cool.
So, okay, so you're praying. You got the big man back on the team. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
good.
yeah,
You know, the fourth man in the
Yeah,
corner.
yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And then what's happening? How do you start to things start to shift in your life?
Yeah, my life started to get so much better.
Cool.
My self-esteem, my confidence, everything like it just like converged. Everything in my life just like literally started getting better at that point. Like 2021, it went from just being complete mess, like my mental state just being like pretty poor, and then yeah, like everything just changed that year. Like by the end of the year, you know, it started off so messy, and like slowly things just got so much better, and it was all in my mind. It was like everything was mental. And then like 2022 came around, and yeah, like crazy year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Talk us through
Yeah,
that.
let's run through
Crazy, bro.
2022.
Like
What up, 2022?
yeah, I felt like I started to get my life back on track. I lost a lot of money in stocks. Like I started being smarter. Like my studies started going a bit better.
Yeah.
But like with fighting, that took off like crazy. You had to be there to see some of the fights. They were insane, like crazy amateur fights, bro. Like
Yeah. And so you winning at this point?
Oh, bro, I was on the street.
When do you have your first Michael Isaac?
oh, that's down the line. That's down like
Okay,
later,
that's
later,
down the
later.
line, yeah.
So yeah, it was April. I fought on Art of War, and it was like my comeback. In my head, it was like my comeback fight. I'm like, you know what? I did so much for myself last year. I put like all this energy into like so many things, and I invested so hard into myself. Like now I'm gonna really show like what I've become, and like I did so much journaling. I wrote down like, you know, I'm gonna like become like all these things, you know. And then I fought my fifth fight. It was against a dude who had like a 3-0 4-0 record, and my record was like 1 wins 3 losses. And yeah, bro, I just obliterated him. Like you could see how there's like a change.
Was that in Te Aratu Peninsula?
No, that was a good fight, but that was the one next after that.
Oh, yeah.
But bro, you could see like the look on my face was like, it was so different, bro, compared to before. You could just see the scared kid in my like initial fights, and that one like you could just see like something completely different.
That's what you described to me. I remember that. That helped me a lot because I remember feeling. I think at my first fight, and I remember trying to question like, oh, and you were like, bro, like I had this moment where you shifted. What can you again? Because I was trying to unpack the alchemy behind that decision. Was it just the work that you'd done? Was it the body of work? What allowed you to step into your power in that fight? What was the shift?
It was like 2021. I told you like.
Yeah.
I literally spent that year like rebuilding myself up, and it was like, I don't know, you guys know the compound effect. Like it was basically that, like all this effort and like all this energy I put into myself just stacking up and stacking up and stacking up, and then when it came to the moment, like you could literally see it all.
You'd done the work.
Mm-hmm.
You trusted in the work,
and all of that work was still like, you know, still expanding that year. It was crazy.
From your perspective, did you have a moment like that? Did you have like a crossover, like where you done the work, you started trusting in the work, or were you,
when I stopped doing graffiti
animal from the beginning?
Nah, when I stopped doing graffiti and committed to it, yeah, then I like actually thought I could do something with it, and then I gave up something I fucking loved more than fighting, but I just was like, not love more than fighting. I don't know, it was better. It was just easier, I guess, than fighting. The progression, but I was like 16, 17, and then again probably 21. And that was like, both times I was probably walking a lot closer to gold without really knowing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then, you go on a little bit of a tear now. 2022.
Yeah, I went like a 7-fight win streak after that.
Oh, how many in 1 year? No, how many fights did you have in that 1 year? Because you must have.
I had like
four
5 fights that year, and then I had like another 2 the next year after that. And then I fought.
Harder to find fights when you win 5
and
in a
then,
row.
and then I fought Michael Isaac. That's when I fought Michael Isaac for the first time.
So yeah, 5, 6, 7 in a row wins.
Yeah.
How'd that go? Tell us about that fight. Were you nervous going in, or what was the go? When is this? Is this 2023 at this
2023. Point? Yeah. So like 2022, 2020, like 3. I just went on like a long fight win streak, and I was fighting like. Initially, it was like people, and then like it got to like actual champions. Like I think I fought 3-4 champions in a row, bro. Yeah. And they were like, these were good fighters, bro. Like
you should probably say their name. It's not like disrespectful.
Yeah, no. So I fought.
Journey.
The first champion I fought was Zaire Hussein. He's like a well-known like amateur around the country. Now he's a pro. He's pretty decent. And then I fought I think it was Greg Lamanu. bro, that guy was like on like a 5 KO streak. He was like knocking people out, bro, on King of the Ring.
Oh, yeah.
He was so good. And I fought this guy called Charlie Beaters. And that guy again, like he's so good. Like
These guys all have names that sound like they're fighters. Like
bro, like
Jonathan Algieri. Like,
nah, these dudes are so good. Like Charlie Beaters, you can just see like his highlights, he's just sleeping people with his head kicks and stuff. Yeah, bro, he's so good. And then yeah, I finally got to Michael Isaac, and yeah, bro, I lost that fight. Yeah.
What was the
That
fight
was-
like?
I was trying to like, it was very technical, very technical. I think I didn't. It's hard to explain, but I don't think he knew how I fought, because I don't think at the time he heard of who I was, and like I kind of had like an idea how he was gonna fight, and I was trying to like stay on the outside and like pick him apart, but it was such a technical fight, so technical.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael's a man. Eh?
He is.
Yeah,
He's like
he's a good quality human.
he is, bro. He is.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Okay, so you lose that one.
Yeah, like behind that one,
You're a pro at this point. This is your
no, this was amateur.
Oh, this is amateur.
It's
Okay,
amateur.
cool.
But yeah, around the time that I fought him, like my fiance can attest to this. I was kind of just like chill, like I'm on this winning streak, I'm the man. Like,
yeah, you got to.
yeah. I was like, yeah, I can kind of chill. I don't,
Yeah.
I can like, I don't have to train as much.
Man, it's hard to keep a win streak. I've had a few
Yeah.
good win streaks, and then you get that. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna smash this dude anyway.
And then yeah, I fought him, and sharks, bro. It was like, damn, that was like first time I realized like, yo, there's actually like levels, like there's levels
There's
above me.
limits to the game.
Yeah, bro.
You're like, oh, what's up, reality? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oof, okay.
yeah.
good.
Where was that? Where was that fight?
That was a Knees of Fury in Hamilton.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Like, there's no one cheering for me, bro.
Yeah.
I swear, there's no one cheering for me
Yeah,
except my
it's
missus.
hard.
This is my fiance in the crowd, like, yeah. Like,
You make a habit of fighting in like hostile territories. Eh?
yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's just
Underdog.
dead silent, bro.
Yeah, okay, cool. And then so you lose that one, but that gives you the kick up the arse you need.
Yeah, I'm like, damn it. Okay, I need to lock in.
Yeah.
I fought a dude who literally like trains all the time, like way more than I do, but he also trains like real smart.
Mm.
Like, he's not playing around. I'm like, damn, like I gotta really like.
He
set
trains like
myself
an
up.
athlete.
He does. He trains like an actual professional athlete,
Athlete.
not just a fighter.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do. If I train like him, let's see what I can do. And so then I got back on my grind, and I was trying to like emulate all these different, just integrate all this different stuff into my training. And then I got matched for this title fight against this guy in Oz.
Oh,
But yeah, no,
Well, and are you still amateur at this point? This is
Mm,
right after
so-
the Michael
so-
Isaac fight,
this was gonna be my first pro fight.
and it was gonna be straight for a title.
Yeah.
because they saw how you
was
had
a-
fought Michael Isaac,
yeah,
and they were like,
yeah. It was a ESCO Muay Thai title.
Mm.
And I was meant to fight this Australian guy. He was like a teenager. He was like 18, but he ended up pulling out, and that guy was really good too. So I ended up fighting this other guy called Bradley Kearns. And bro, I was so gutted that I lost my win streak, and I was just going into this fight like, I'm gonna get back on it. I'm gonna jump on it. Like, I was so hungry, bro. But when I fought this guy, like, he was so like technical, and bro, he like broke my nose in that fight. Like, bro, he landed so many elbows on me, bro, and I was like just rushing forward, like.
So you went from amateur to full Thai. Were your amateur fights Thai?
That's my first Thai fight. Oh no, Michael Isaac was my first Thai fight.
Yeah,
This guy-
classic.
And we didn't even throw any elbows at each other. There was barely any
Yeah,
elbows that we
yeah,
threw.
yeah,
But when I
yeah.
fought this guy, like,
That's all he threw. and
he
you're
was
like,
spamming it, and I didn't realize like until after the fight he broke his hand. So he
Oh,
was
yeah.
spamming elbows on me the entire fight, and I'm just like eating it, bro. Like, I was so stubborn. I was just like walking into
Yeah,
every
yeah.
shot. You were there for that fight. Like, I was just trying to rush him the entire time. And
Or was it here?
I was at the Philip Lam show, the one in the what's it called?
Chinese restaurant.
Yeah,
Not the Chinese restaurant.
Yes.
Koi Marama Stadium.
Yeah, that's
And I
it.
thought you
Yeah.
did. I thought you did pretty mean. Yeah, we got the table because Honey
right.
was fighting as well.
Yeah, that's
Right,
right.
so he organised this table and tried
Yeah.
to get everyone, and then there was a big miscomm. So
Yeah.
it was me and Ariel.
It was just you two. Yeah.
Me and Ariel, and then Kane sat for a little bit at this table, empty, watching because like there'd been all these miscoms.
Yeah.
Like that was.
I'm
funny.
glad we come to the point of the story though where you guys are connecting there.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
converged a little bit before that, but that's when I was like a fan. That's when I was kind of on the bandwagon.
Yeah, that's
I was
right,
like,
that's
I know potential when I see it, and I was like, I wanna hitch on this wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, this fight was crazy, bro. Like,
You still beat him.
yeah, but like first round, he broke my nose, and this is the first time like all
Yeah.
my family were at my fight. Like, there was people from my work that like came to see me
Yeah.
for the first time, and my fiance's father came to watch as well, and plus like some other family members of hers. And like I just knew something was wrong with my nose, bro. And there was like all this blood like gushing out of my face, bro.
Yeah.
And I just looked up at the bleachers. I'm like, fuck, like all these people came here to watch me. Like I just said to myself, I'm like, I'm not gonna lose this one. I refuse to lose this one, bro. Not in front of like my family, not in front of her family, not in front of my work colleagues. I'm not going back to work the next week. And everyone's talking about how I got beaten up, bro. I refuse. And that was just an absolute dogfight. I was just pushing it. And he was doing all these like crazy like counters and stuff. And yeah, I literally just won just by aggression and like some of the shots I landed. But like, yeah, this dude
Which
was
is not your typical style, but it's cool to see
nah,
you got it.
nah.
When you're in those moments, do you like pray during a fight, or do you call on God in there or
Nah,
not?
nah.
Nah, okay,
Nah,
so
it's before. It's always before.
and then you're in
Yeah,
there. It's you.
It's hard to like it's hard to really think when you're out there.
It's hard to think outside of the
Yeah.
ring. Eh?
Yeah, it's hard to think like
Yeah.
think of something new or
Yeah.
You're just in there.
Outside of like punch kick.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes like even when you go back to your corner, like it's a bit faded. Sometimes like your corner saying, "Oh, do this," but like you're like, "Fuck, what is he even talking about?"
You're just
It's
like,
like-
Someone's got to ask them the questions. You know, someone's got to do it. It's not you two.
Yeah, nah, it's cool.
now, well, Oppo, I feel like when you have a lot, because I've had like 50 fights. Like,
Wow.
sometimes, bro, I remember having mean fights, and in my
Mm.
head, I remember that, like, Notorious B.I.G. playing the song playing that I'd listened to heaps throughout fight camp,
Yeah.
and I was like moving with it in my, but I was playing it in my head, but I was like, yeah.
Well, if it works.
Yeah. It was a bit of a cooked fight, but anyway.
Yeah.
Your win streak, his win streak story is crazy.
Yeah.
You win like
7 years undefeated.
Wow.
in
27 fights.
kickboxing,
That's
boxing,
crazy.
How many?
MMA. No, it was like 6. It was like 12 or oh no, sorry. Then I went pro. Oh yeah, sorry. It was like probably 17 or 20 fights, 7 years.
That's really
across
good.
the-
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
good.
Okay, yes. So you get that dub, and then this next one's King of the Ring, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
nice,
with
bro.
Holy
We've
shit.
arrived.
Well, I was thinking, like, I was like
Yeah.
wondering when I should say this, but I was like, from my perspective, I was like, the bro's been an overnight sensation. Like, I saw you, bro. You know what is funny? We were talking about this on the drive over. He's like, oh, you know, the King of the Ring always has, you know, the odd. I call them sacrificial lambs. I was like, oh yeah, and I was like this. I was like, I just realized, like, I thought you were there for the first one. I was like, who's this guy? And then I was like, oh, nice Strike Force. So I was like, bro, never ever. But then I was like, he presents as like a well-mannered dude. I was like, oh, no, but it's like probably just
This
Kevin
guy likes
Potter.
Naruto.
Yeah,
He's pretty
and I was
boy. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, so
But
that's
not
why.
that the Naruto things.
Yeah.
That actually is probably a good sign.
Yeah,
But yeah, okay. Yeah, so you went pro fight, Philip Lamb
one
show,
pro fight, Philip.
then King of the Ring,
Yep.
then King of the Ring
That's
again.
why I would have been like,
No,
yeah.
nothing in between the two King of the Rings. 68, 72,
I
4
couldn't
kilo weight.
I couldn't find any matches, bro.
Yeah, well,
Nah.
I'd fight you. I wouldn't.
That's crazy, bro.
Bro, that's mean. Okay, so now we're there. Because I want to tell a little story as well. Like, I remember, like, do you remember when I first came to the gym?
Yeah.
And we, like, for whatever, like, you know, because you're still at that point, you were still in a little bit more like, I don't think you were as locked in, you know?
Nah.
And so
I can see it,
he would get in trouble. Like, Aaron
Yeah.
would be like, put your fucking guns away, Dada, because he'd be like doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing like myself and you, and then we ended up like pairing up, you know, and so we were training together.
Yeah.
And at this point, this is like, it would have been 2022, it's pre,
2020 or
yeah,
20?
2021, 22,
Yeah.
somewhere in and around there, right? And I just remember thinking like, because how old are you now?
24 now.
24.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you would have been 21 at the time.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking like, oh, I remember this. Like this kid's like, he's the man, and he kind of knows it, like some degree.
Oh, you remember
But, like,
that from yourself, your own journey. Yeah. You're like,
a little bit, you know, like a little bit. And like, yeah, and I remember like partnering up with you. I remember how like kind and gentle and friendly you were, because I was new and sucked and like you still do. But I just remember you being so, yeah, kind and like firm but hearty but gentle, like and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
really motivating and nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
and I
nice
just
of you.
thought, I just
Yeah.
wanted to bring that because I thought that was like a side of you were just always super polite, super like really, and like everyone most fighters are actually really polite.
Yeah.
But I remember you being like an extra level of that, and just thinking like, oh no, there's something special here. There's like some X
Thanks,
factor,
bro. That's very
you
nice
know?
of you.
Yeah, we started sharing gloves and shit, you know. Like,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I still use them too.
yeah, it's mean.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking like, because I was new to the sport at this point, and you know, like you're good, bro. That's
Sorry,
you're
sorry.
bro. Yeah. Bro,
The king in the ring song.
I stood on his foot. I stood on his foot after one of the fights.
Oh,
On the king. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, I felt so bad. It was like
True,
after
man.
the fight, and we were talking down that corner, and I stood on your fucking foot.
At King of the Ring.
Yeah, after.
Oh, like in the changing rooms.
I think it was before that.
Oh, really?
Anyway, fuck, I felt so bad. I felt like I was, oh my god, standing on the bro's foot. But anyway, lost my place. Don't know. Anyway, really nice, friendly when no one's looking. Oh, and I remember thinking at this point, like, why isn't there more investment? Like, how can you be like this good and like doing this thing and looking around like
Marketable.
Yeah.
marketable? So my marketer brain's on. I'm like,
Yeah,
hold on
yeah.
a minute. Okay, so like engaged electrical engineer, like good looking, da da da. Like, oh, fuck, that's a package. But like your gloves are breaking off, and you're crawling. He's like crawling. He's like crawling around in the beginner kids club thing, wearing two different ones and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm like the all the gear, no idea guy.
Oh,
You know, I've
that's
got like a $400 fucking
Sure.
high nooses,
Yes,
and I started feeling guilty.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's so funny.
you wear these? Like, what? I don't need them. You know. And I just remember thinking,
That's so
like, well,
cool.
what happens, like, with a bit of investment, like with a bit of juice here.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's the way for all the fight game. Like, there's not enough. This is the fastest growing sport in the world. UFC, fight sports in general, right? Jiu-jitsu, all the thing. But I don't know whether it's New Zealand, the size of the market, etc. I think a part of it, and it's kind of part of why we're here today, is the tall poppy syndrome in New Zealand stops people from making content, building fan bases, developing that
Bro,
commercial
honestly,
outcome. So then there's
Yeah.
not as much investment in the grassroots. But like, let's
Yeah.
this story is amazing, right? Like, there's
Yeah.
anyway, off on a tangent there, but like,
That's true, bro. That's so true.
what happens with our fighters if we can get more investment at the base level for the Ruwangas and the Shane Youngs and the
Bro, this
up-and-comers.
sport will be so crazy. There'll be so many more eyes on it. It'll be like an actual like recognized sport. Like
yeah, and
cricket,
we've got
rugby.
the massive talent.
Yeah,
We've
we've
got
got the talent for it. There's
Israels
just-
and the,
There's just no marketing behind it. Like, you know, CSN, bro. Before it was
what
CSN.
they've done is
Yeah, that's been pretty.
Bro,
big.
thank God for CSN.
Honestly,
right? Big
honestly,
shout-
bro.
I've got a subscription.
Yeah, same.
Like, get your
Yeah,
subscription.
so worth it. So worth it.
Yeah. So anyway, that was just kind of like where we connected.
We're actually gonna say CSN sponsored this podcast.
yeah,
just
thanks,
by
guys.
just by being existing, that you guys get the first sponsorship.
Woohoo, 100%. And Tesla as well. Big shout out to Elon. He came through with the sponsorship on this one, which is a pretty big sponsor to get. For
Yeah.
go
No,
around,
that's
but
right. I forgot.
That's not bad. We're just we're gonna have pretend sponsors to.
Yeah, that's all.
real
Yeah,
sponsors.
CSN's a pretend sponsor.
yeah.
But
yeah, man.
I want to let you finish your.
No, it was just like how we connected and how we got connected early on. Just as like he was like in the gym, and then I remember being like kind of the naughty kid getting into trouble, and then we ended up like connecting a bit. And that was before I kind of knew how good you were, and then that started to develop out, and then I just went like, oh man, I want to kind of invest a little bit here. Like, what could this become? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just my tangent.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make it as
So that
much
got
about
us
me as
to
possible.
the start of King in the Ring.
King in the
So I
Ring.
want to know, you're 1-0 in Muay Thai.
Yeah.
King in the Ring is fucking K1 anyway.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you get on King in the Ring? Who did that? Did Aaron just tell me did you have an idea? Did you ask to? Yeah, you tell me.
It's a crazy story. I think like shortly after that fight, I heard that King of the Ring was the year, for my weight class was the year after 2023. Oh, sorry, 2024. And it was just a weird coincidence. I was at training and I was filling up my gas, and I saw one of the promoters, Cars, from
Oh,
ETK.
yeah.
I saw him, and he was like, "Bro, like," I just said hi to him and stuff, and then he was like, "Oh, bro, do you want to fight on King of the Ring or something?"
You were the sacrificial lamb. He was like,
No,
no,
I
jokes,
actually
jokes,
actually
jokes.
fought one of their good
Yeah,
fighters
yeah.
too. I fought one of their really good fighters.
Oh, so he actually seen you? Yeah,
Bro, he seen me, bro. Like
Yeah.
they were sleeping on me before, but then like they knew I was like,
Oh,
I don't want to like sound egotistical.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was just like, "Oh, you know, you want to jump on King of the Ring and stuff." I'm like, uh, you know what? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of sucking it, but I was like, you know what?
Chance meeting, man.
I'll do it. I'll definitely do it. And yeah, like I spoke to Aaron about it. I said like, you know, like there's gonna be a King of the Ring coming around next year and stuff. Like, could I jump on that? And
What did he say?
I can't remember. He says if you think you're ready for it, like, you know, I'll put you on. And Aaron loves it when we it's hard to explain, but with Aaron, he doesn't want to watch us fight people that he knows we're gonna beat. He wants us to go into like challenges that he can't predict, because that excites him as a coach. He's seen so many fights in his whole life. Like he's mastered the sport. You know, like he really hates seeing those fights where like you just know who the winner, what the outcome's gonna be.
He doesn't want a padded record. Eh?
No, he
wants
doesn't.
you
He
to
wants you like
be better.
to be like go down the unpredictable route. You know.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And okay, so
yeah.
you get on. You're like, yeah, we'll do it. And then how long?
From a chance meeting with Cars, like planted the seed of the idea.
No, I always wanted to fight in King of the Ring. I really did. Like
course,
once I developed myself, I'm like, yeah, I was like, I mean, even back when I was in high school, I heard about it. You know, while I was training, I was like, you know, one day I just imagined myself winning it, and it was crazy. Like I always wanted to be on it for such a long time, but it was obviously going to take some time for me to get that experience. I thought
I want to know. That's enough. That's enough experience.
Some crazy people that have been on there with like only 2-3 fights. Eh?
Yeah,
there have been some really crazy.
I feel like in the history of King in the Ring, you're like one of the darkest horses. I don't mean that in like a actual skin color term, but you know what I mean. Like
if you
the
know,
ultimate sleeper that's just come out of nowhere.
Bro,
and just
if you know, I'm not even trying to hype myself up, but I am. If you know, you know, bro. Like I honestly, in my amateur career, I fought so many good fighters, like really good fighters. Like I feel like I proved myself enough to like fight some of the level of people that I was fighting.
Yeah. Well, you did, bro.
Bro, I put on
but,
some.
but if you didn't know, you didn't know, right? Like
bro,
you
I put on some crazy fights, like crazy fights for the audiences, bro. Like so many good fights, and you just had to be there. Like you literally had to be there.
Wow, I wish they would have more videos.
Exactly, I know, bro. Like this, just
where were you, bro? Where were we?
CSN covered 2 of the fights, and there's that comeback fight that I told you about. Then there was a second fight after that, and that fight, it was like fight of the night, bro. It was just so much blood for an amateur fight. Yeah, so crazy, bro.
Okay, so King in the Ring, bro. Take us there. So you're back with God. You're with your fiance.
Yep.
You've got your job now. You're working as an electrical engineer.
Yep.
So you've ticked a few boxes at 23.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, dude, you've done all the things. You've done all the things.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And so, what's the lead up like? What's the feelings going into first King in the Ring? How are you feeling about it?
Oh, it's like a first time. Yeah, you see that exhale. That's how I felt. That's literally how I felt. So crazy because I'm like, how the hell do I fight 3 people in one night? When you fight one person, like, you can take a lot of damage to your legs, and sometimes you can't even walk after your fights. I'm like, how the hell is it possible to do that 3 times? Like, I know one day I'm supposed to do it, but I'm like, how am I supposed to have the energy for that? Like, what the hell? I'm already doing enough like training. What the hell do I need to do to get enough energy to fight 3 people in one night? Like, that's crazy. Like, yeah. Oh, it was just such a new feeling. Like, it was like nothing. I can't even explain the feeling. It was like a completely different endeavor to any other fight I've ever had. And yeah, there's a lot of nervousness, but there's a lot of confidence in myself that I had at the time. Like, I knew this time it was gonna be official. Like now, like I'm not gonna be like this sleeper, underrated like fighter in the country. I know like a lot of people are now gonna have their eyes on me, and I have to live up to all the work that I've done so far, and I have to make sure that all the people that like believe in me and stuff, like I make it all count. So like I'm going in there to win, bro. I don't care who I'm gonna face. I don't care who I'm getting in the first round. I'm gonna go in there to win. Like I want to win this tournament. I'm not gonna let all those people down. Like, and yeah, that was literally the intention behind it. Yeah.
Epic. Epic.
So you were how long was the camp? Do you think when you because you found out
6
pretty early?
months.
6 months.
6 months of just doing random stuff. I don't even
Just
know what I was
random
doing,
stuff.
bro. Oh no, I
Electrical engineered your own bike camp. Yeah.
no, because Kane has done it quite a few times. So he gave me like some good blueprints to like what to do, and I followed that. But there's also some things that I just like added in there that I don't even know why I added it. It just if it works, it works. Hopefully it works. God willing, it gets me to the final and win.
Yeah, a bit of God willing, eh? Throw that in. Sprinkle in a bit of God willing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the first time that you came onto my radar, and then it was like the same thing like with this one that someone was saying before, like you were the talk of the town after it.
Bro,
The whole people were like, bro, but did you see that Māori kid? Like, their followers me, and like, because some of my family that don't watch fights, they still get into King of the Ring because it's free on Sky.
Yeah.
You know, and then they were like, "Cuz, is that your mate?" I was like, "Oh, nah." But one day, like, they were like, "Yeah, that's me." But yeah, that it did seem like an overnight sensation. But then I knew because I was like 1-0, and then I was like, bro, the bro's like seems like levels above striking wise than everyone, and that just way cleaner. And then and I was like, fuck, he's only 1-0, so it didn't make sense. And then I was like, what are they cooking down at Strikeforce? Because that was another buzzy thing to me too. I was like, oh, Strikeforce fighter, I sort of would think of a certain style, and then I was like, oh, he's actually framing and kicking and like real precise and like picking your. Not I'm saying these things aren't Strikeforce fighters, but that sounds bad. I just mean like more on the aggressive side, forward. But from what I was watching, it seemed a little bit of that, and then a lot of counters and pulling and managing the distance.
A bit of everything.
Yeah, bro, and that was really cool to see. That was a
Exhibit A, Kane saying Conan.
Yeah. Well, I fight like a Strikeforce fighter. To be honest, like, I don't want to step back.
Okay, so take us through King in the Ring, number 1. So who do you fight first?
I've got Pacquiao first.
Pacquiao,
pretty hard fight for the first round. This dude is so good. Like
that's a big boy at 68.
Yeah, he's a titan, bro.
Yeah,
an actual titan.
Big boy.
Bro, and like I know this guy so good. Like I've heard of him like when I first started fighting and stuff. I've seen him around there. Like he's kind of like a very underrated fighter. But now there's like a lot of noise around him too. He deserves it all. Like he's really good.
Yeah. Well, you had you and Corin a couple of tough fights, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have him. That was a good fight. Beat him in a decision.
Yep. He's the only person on the night to like actually rock my shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Bro,
do you guys see my legs buckle?
Yeah.
He was like he wants to actually rock me.
And then everyone was like, yeah, and I was like, oh well, here we go, sacrificial lamb. Here we go. Yeah.
Bro, this guy's singing your downfall.
Hey, that's your no. I just meant like that's it came across, and then you came back, and I was just like, oh snap. Was like a big upset. That's why I was saying like you were like the darkest horse of the history of King of the Ring, coming 1-0, and you're putting it in one of the weight divisions that has some of the top talent, and it's basically talent filled. You were basically meant to be the like lower talent, but then you come through all. Let's not.
Because he was the man. I said to him at this last one, man, well done, like, and I love Corin. I was supporting Corin hard. In that fight because Jay's gym, right? It was me. And I said to him, I was like, good fight, bro, that third round. He's like, yeah, should have turned it on earlier, eh? And Corin and Pacquiao in the latest.
Were you talking to Pacquiao or Corin?
I was talking to Pacquiao.
Oh, yeah.
Corin beat him, but Pacquiao's third round where he started to turn on, he did.
Yeah, I heard, yeah.
Did a lot better. Yeah, he's going to go far.
Bro, he is amazing, bro. He's like good. Yeah,
really good. Okay, so you get that dub.
Yep.
Who's fight 2?
Jerome Pascoe. The original guy pulled out.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the reserve.
Yeah, he was a reserve. And it was weird. I never thought I'd ever fight that guy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I did not think
that was a good fight. He gave it everything, eh?
He did. Like it was so awkward. I couldn't like really figure him out.
Yeah.
He kept switching stances and doing all this like. Yeah, it's just
because I think he's a boxer first, and like I think he's got one of those indomitable spirits. I think he goes all the way down, like kill me or I'm gonna be here.
Bro, you know he's fought Andre Mikhailovich.
In boxing, that's crazy. He's like
bro,
he fought for a world title.
He's from New Zealand, bro. He's a really good boxer.
He's undefeated up until that world title.
So how did you win that fight? What was your game plan going into that one?
I thought to beat him was to use knees.
I was
Knees.
gonna say, I just remember that second fight. I was like, man, I love southpaw knees. They
Yeah.
look so good.
Yeah. So I was like, he's a boxer, and he's very open. He's got a big torso. Knee him. Like, I tried doing that. I tried doing a bit of other stuff. It was just so hard to box him. He was like, I know. Like, if you watch that fight, I was like eating a few weird shots off weird angles. It was so buzzy to fight him. Very unorthodox, but orthodox. I don't know. Yeah, he kept switching stances.
Good fundamentals, but then using them in strange ways.
Yeah, just off like really weird timing and weird shot selection. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then the main event. So you get decision there as well. You do there.
Yep.
And then we're into the main event. Michael Isaac 2.0, right?
Oh, yeah. Bro, that's a banger, bro.
Well, that was a banger. That fight was such a banger. We were in Europe watching. I was just.
Oh,
it was so intense.
so many people I know were watching that overseas.
Oh,
It was crazy.
So good. What was your game plan going into that one?
So my brother, he when I was about to walk out, he did this gesture to like he was like basically doing like a push kick and like knee gesture to me. So like knee Michael and teep him. And I was
Shout
like,
out to Mana.
yeah, my brother Mana. And I was like, okay, I got you. I trust you. Like, and then yeah, first 10 seconds, I literally came out like aggressive as, and I was just trying to just knee the fuck out of him. Just like, I just kept like spearing my knees straight into him, like straight away. Like,
Yeah, those were
yeah.
horrible.
No, your knees are crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, your knees.
I
are
don't know
so
how he
sick.
got up from that, bro. I don't know how he got. I thought it was over, bro. I legit thought it was over, and my dumb ass went to the wrong corner.
Yeah.
I went to the
Did
wrong
you get
corner.
an extra time? Is
Yeah,
that what
yeah,
happened?
I was just like,
And he used every second.
yeah, he did.
Oh,
And I was
classic.
listening to his podcast, a podcast of his today, and he said, like, good fighters take the full A count. That's crazy. He did that.
No, but imagine. Yeah. That was smart. And Michael Isaac's
count because then the ref would have been like, no, go up to
he's cerebral, right? He's thinking like Michael.
Oh,
Isaac
he's
is
so
conscious,
smart,
but
bro.
He's
Good
aware.
coach, bro.
He is.
He
right
does, bro. And he's got
there.
good fighters around him. He's got Carlos Hicks. He's got Alexis Serapisos. Bro, he's got a
Bro,
crazy
Alexi,
gym. Alexis the man back in the day, bro.
Yeah, he's king in the ring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
the glasses guy. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
watching him.
Bro, he's a killer, bro.
fuck.
Has he fought Kane? I feel
He
like
did,
they
he
might
did.
have-
He did.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he like walks out to like Star Wars theme.
Bad.
Yeah,
Bro, he's a killer, bro.
He's got like killer geek saying,
Yeah,
you know what I have at Macca's? You know, oopsies.
Or you now.
Yeah.
Maybe at 17 might get away with it.
Yeah. Wow, bro. Okay, so because those knees, I've eaten those knees. I've eaten the pulled version of those knees where you're being real nice. But oh, dude, I remember seeing that. That was so crazy. So you were like, I've got it. He's not
I
getting up
was
because
so confident,
it was
bro.
the spot. Hey,
I was so confident, bro. I legit like, I was so confident. And I was so zoned out. I went to the wrong corner, bro. But like even still, bro, he like recovered and he got up, and I was just like in disbelief. I was like, this is gonna be a long night for me.
Yeah. Oh, no.
This is gonna be a long night for me, man.
Was that round one or was it round two?
This is round one.
Round
First
one.
10
yeah,
seconds.
that's right.
Yeah.
You got an A.
He got up, bro. He's walking towards me. I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be a long night. And I tried like take him out. Like I just, I'm still like inexperienced. I just had that was like my first pro fight before King in the Ring. I had a few amateur fights before that, so I don't really know how to finish people off. And I was just trying to do whatever I could, just like throw whatever was in the fridge at him. And it just got to a point where I was like, oh man, I'm so close to winning this tournament. But like I was so desperate. Now I'm like doing stupid things, like swinging at him, and you could see him like popping me. Like I was like, my hands were here, like I'm like throwing combos at him.
Yeah, you were letting him come in.
Yeah,
like
I was throwing combos from my chest, bro, and like I was like missing everything, and he's just like countering me, boom, boom, like my head's going back, bro. And then it made me even more desperate. I'm like, fuck, now I'm like behind the cards, But I thought I won like 2 rounds and stuff. Like I thought I had 2 rounds, but then last round I was just reckless, so reckless, just amateur mistake, just lack of experience.
I think it's also a lack of like, or not a lack, but you were able to maintain a level of calm and really, bro, like you shouldn't be there, but you can, like, in terms of like, if you were to be like thinking, you'd be like, yeah, like one and I shouldn't be here. Easy to tell yourself that, but no, you're like, get fucked. I deserve to be here. I'm meant to be here, and you were meant to be.
I wanted it so bad.
Yeah. And you maintain that for fucking 6 rounds, bro. Like that inexperience of fighting. Yeah, like to maintain that level of focus and calm. Because that's what it's like. Maintaining composure is like a muscle.
It is. It's not something you can train very
Yeah,
easily.
That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part.
That's something I think a lot of people lack in the sport. Composure. It's a game changer.
Yeah, your heart's burning, the lungs are going, all the things are happening.
And then but the dropping someone, that's presenting a new situation that you're like, at the end of a tournament too. So you managed it well. But honestly, watching back, it did look like you lost your head for a bit. Because I was like, he doesn't look tired. He just looked like he's frittering out all of a sudden. And I was like, what's happened? But yeah, then you definitely brought it back though. But yeah,
Yeah.
just
Shane, did you research?
Yeah, a little bit, but
nice.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
That's like you took it.
How did you
stride,
score?
really,
How did you score the first 3 rounds?
I like Michael Isaac and I like you, so I'll give it honest. I thought you won the fight after the third. I was like, bullshit. Maybe I'm old, but I felt like you'd won the fight. But that's I don't.
No,
you
but I
don't-
think it's okay to be respectful.
Yeah,
And like I thought you won. I thought you got 1 and 2.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah.
I thought
I
that
thought
too.
you got 1
I
and
thought
2.
I won. I thought I won the fight. Like
Did
legit.
you think you'd had 1 and 2?
Yeah. Oh, it was
But I
one of
think-
them. I
I
definitely
think-
lost the last one. I'm pretty sure if I look back on it.
Yeah.
Clean loss.
Yeah.
And
I know. I don't know me. I don't know how the scoring works. I'm not an expert. You get a knockdown, and then there's the second round does it go either way?
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of goes to the person with a knockdown, but I think that's a fan mentality. Maybe I don't know. I'm just saying like.
Well, I mean, it's because the first round you definitely won. Oh, because you can knock someone down in the first 10 seconds and then lose the rest of the fight, and then it's a 9-9 round.
Oh, is that how it works?
That can be done, yeah. So I can get
Right.
dropped immediately. I'm
Right.
a 9, he's a 10, but then I fight back the whole time, and then
That's the
actually
game.
now it's a 9-9.
Okay.
Or I don't, and then he keeps beating me up. Now it's a 10-8
Yeah.
because he gets the second point. So I thought the first round would have been a 10-8 because it's not like
Of
you
course.
you didn't you won the whole round. Second round 10-9, but then they would have done it that they actually thought it was 10-9 for him, 10-9 for him. Then I was like, well,
And I'd like to say, just from my opinion, it wasn't. I don't think you can call it a robbery. Like I wasn't looking at it going, okay, that's so outrageous. There's no way that you could ever have called 2 and 3 for Michael Isaac because of the things we just talked about, the pressure, the pace, the shots, the things as well. And I think this was mirrored a little bit in that second fight. Michael Isaac and Sahan, like there's a composure there. Like in a razor.
Nice. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And I just stole that from Kane. Kane said that, and I was like, that makes sense.
There's a body language they put out and stuff like that's what you were putting out, this funky body language, but it's like nothing was really getting landed, but it was just
It
you
just
could
looked
tell
like
you
I was
were
like
flustered.
Yeah.
And in a close match, what do you do,
Sucks how
right?
that gets countered. Oh, that sucks.
But does that make sense, right?
Yeah,
like
it
you
makes
probably
sense.
score at this.
Yeah, I think when I fought Michael Isaac, it was I was very flustered and like kind of I told you like I was just losing the plot, just swinging at him like crazy. Yeah, that was a pretty tight fight.
Yeah,
Like
it
it was
a
pretty
tight fight.
I thought you what was, as an observer, as a fan watching it, why I felt like you won it was because it felt like you were in control of the show as well, because like, you were like, yeah, it was mean, but like you were in control of the show too. But that might be another level of not that we'll just start psychoanalyzing each other.
Yeah,
but
it
like
is
the
psycho, but
composure.
like, I think based on the comments and stuff, people felt a similar way, right? People felt like, okay, that shouldn't have gone to the 4th round.
Yeah.
And then what were you feeling in the corner when it's 4th round? Because what were you like? I've won. Like, talk us through that.
Man, I thought I did enough to win.
Yeah.
I thought I did enough to win. Surprisingly, one thing that I did not train for in this King of the Ring was to go extension rounds. I did not expect to do extension rounds.
So a full relax and then a go again.
Yeah, man, my adrenaline was just. I thought the decision was gonna get cold. I thought I was gonna be the new King of the Ring champion, and then it was a draw, and then it went to an extension. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I'm gonna fucking go out there and give it my all. Like it was crazy. I did not expect the extension round. But Michael, like, honestly, props to him. He was ready for it. And it was his chance to redeem himself. And he took it. I got beaten clean in that round. It was a clean loss, lost round. And, yeah, he took that dub. Like, that was honestly all
And I
him.
think Michael Isaac is built for the extension round. if anyone's built to do that 4th fucking round, it's
I don't want to do extension rounds with Michael Isaac,
No,
man.
I neither.
The machine. I don't want to
do 1 round.
test.
They call him the machine, bro. I'm not doing an
He's
extension
the
on that
original
guy.
machine. Murad Dashvili's like the new machine. They're just copying Michael Isaac. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, I thought you won the fight, Michael. No, I didn't.
So then,
Try to get the
yeah,
PC.
you come out with the, and so that's cool.
But you
Like,
had a mean post-fight speech too
Oh, was that for?
for King in the Ring.
for-
Well, all of your post-fight
yeah.
speeches were like uplifting and awesome. Like
Yeah.
that was another
Yeah.
factor into.
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was the, man, I felt for you in that. I thought you should have got the win, and I
Yeah.
just,
I told him about
And
the
then of
first one or
course
the
your
second
life
Talking about the first one.
spiraled out of control out of that, and you've never fought since, right?
What's that? Sorry.
Since that loss, your life spiraled out of control, and you've never fought since.
Yeah, I can
That was a joke.
I
I'm
get what you
saying
mean. Oh,
you totally different. You like realigned and then got back
Yeah.
on your
You just
purpose.
went-
and
yeah,
then,
you just went again.
Just went again.
and you just thought, okay, well, that happened. I guess I'll just go up 4 kilos and do it again at
Yeah.
72.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, natural.
I kind of like what you just said. That joke you just made. It's kind of funny. I'll get to that. No.
Yeah, get to that. So what happens post fight? How are you feeling? How do you take that loss to Michael?
I was kind of. I'll be honest. Like I was really happy for Michael, but I was also a bit salty too. I'm not gonna lie about that. Like I was just like, what the hell? Like surely like I won 2 rounds. Did I have to go extension? Blah 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 blah. And then I was just like, fuck man, who cares? Just take the L. Like move on. Like it is what it is.
Yep.
And I was just like, I was also in just complete disbelief that all of that happened. It just
Yeah, true.
such a crazy
Yeah.
night. I can't like I went from like a really good
Yeah,
amateur
yeah.
having one pro fight and then getting to the finals of like my first ever King in the Ring and like basically like paper thin almost winning. Like it was just
Yeah.
crazy and I've wanted that moment for so long to win King in the Ring and I was like shit, I was so close. I was actually like this close to winning it. Like my hand was like so close to touching that title. And yeah, it was just weird, bro. It was just for months I was just like processing it. I couldn't believe it. Like I believed it myself, but it's just surreal to actually see it happen, Yeah.
Wow.
Now I actually feel bad for making that joke because
You should have made that joke.
I shouldn't have made that joke. 'Cause it's so like, bro, that's so hard.
Yeah, oh bro, it took a bit up. I'm not even gonna lie, like to fight 3 fights in one night for that title and lose it. It takes a lot out of your soul, bro. It really does, man. Like it can be so breaking. Like I think I've seen some people actually get so close to winning it and then they just kind of like skid after that. I didn't want to be like that, bro. I wanted to like skyrocket and go become really good after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was crazy, bro. Like I kind of felt a bit depressed for a bit. Like I was like, this is everything I ever wanted. Like this was my like main like goal for this sport. I just wanted to win King of the Ring and become like like one of the best fighters in this country. That would give me the official title of it. And bro, I just started binge eating a lot.
Oh, nice.
Bro,
You
I
got
started
into-
binge eating a
got
lot,
into
bro.
Binge eating era.
Bro,
What are we talking? What are we talking?
I'm talking like
What are we
KFC.
mukbanging.
Bro, I'm talking like takeouts every single night,
Yeah,
bro.
get details, brother.
KFC, pizza,
Oh,
like
what's
everything.
your KFC order? What's your
Just-
No,
the spicy
the
wings.
people want specificity. Yeah, what's your KFC order?
Oh,
Yeah.
wicked
'Cause that's-
wings, wicked wings, the chips,
Nice.
bro. I'll just get like 8 wicked wings, bro. Like,
Oh,
pizzas.
amateur. So you're still an amateur at KFC.
nah, I don't know.
The-
Mind you, this is a lot for a
Secret
skinny
menu.
guy like me, bro.
oh yeah.
Yeah, just pizza every night, like just, bro, junk food night after
Yeah.
night, like meat fresh, everything. Just like, my eating was just getting crazy.
Yeah.
I kind of just like, after that fight, after the loss, I was just like, what the hell's the point? Like, what am I doing now? Like, what do I do now? There's no one that wants to fight me at welterweight. Like, I run out of opponents. I fought almost like all the best fighters, and I just kept eating, man. Like, I was like, what the hell am I doing?
You're just eating your feelings. You're literally.
I'm literally,
eating-
yeah. I was just like, I don't know. I wasn't even aware of it at the time. Normally I'd do like 2-3 training sessions in a night. I'll just do one, like rush home, drive home quickly, and then just eat,
Oh yeah.
fill my face, man. Yeah. And then
Now I see why you moved up.
bro, that's the thing. Like that's the reason as well. It's like everything happens for a reason, bro.
Yeah.
I went to
The
Japan.
story's crazy.
Bro, it's
The
crazy. It's
story's
crazy.
crazy.
Like I went to Japan like 2 months after that, and I didn't do any training at all. Like I was like, I'm gonna spend this time with my fiance. She deserves it because I literally like barely saw her during that whole camp. I was just training my ass off. She deserves like the best of me, like just no attention on fighting, just put all my focus and just spending time with her. For a whole month we were in Japan, and bro, I was eating so good. I was eating McDonald's every single morning. It was so cheap there, bro. I was eating McDonald's every single morning, like I've never like indulged in like fast food like that in my entire life. I was just eating non-stop. And that's bad, bro. It's not good. Like I don't endorse this at all. At all. And bro, I gained so much weight. Like so much weight. I was like at 80 kgs. And always walk around at 72, 73.
Wow.
That's crazy, bro.
And some of it obviously converted to muscle. Yeah, cool. You fed that Sri Lankan soul. The moldy Hawaiian Sri
The moldy
Lankan
genes finally kicked in.
soul.
Yeah. And I'm like big now. Like I put on quite a bit of weight.
How heavy are you now? Right now?
75.
Okay.
Yeah, 75 and a half. But I got pretty fit over this
Yeah,
camp
no,
and
but I
stuff.
would have thought you cut more than that for but it's weight controlled, eh? King in the Ring.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
hydration.
and obviously like when I started training more serious again, I started to drop my weight down to about like 76, and like the whole fight camp I was basically training at about 76 kgs.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was good. Okay, gangster. So now we're up to taking the 72 kilo fight.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. Actually, you were one of the first people I told you, and it was in December last year, 2024, December.
Yeah.
Like I heard that they were gonna do another King in the Ring, and I told myself, you know, like if I ever go for King in the Ring again, I have to win it. Like I have to win it. It's gonna be the last time I ever attempt to do it. And like 72 kgs, I'm like, bro, like, do I take this risk? I can't find any matches, man. Like I got offered 2 really good fights, like early, like sort of after King in the Ring, but I was like out of shape. I came back from Japan. I was just completely out of shape. I was like, there's no way I'm ready for these fights.
Yeah.
I just know myself. I'm like, yeah.
So you couldn't get fights, got offered 2 fights, weren't ready.
Nah, just not really. And I saw the
The
72
Daniel
kg.
story.
Yeah, so I already had so much weight on me. I'm like, you know what if I like use this weight that I have right now to like climb up a weight class? Yeah.
Then the engineer came out.
Yeah.
Hear this. They need to hear this. They need to hear about
Because West Auckland's a lot like
discipline in that. And I just love how your story's got so many like almost there's. So I'm almost there's, you know?
Yeah.
Moved down to Palmy for 2 years, out of your hometown. There's just all of these things that people and a lot of times rightfully so, they stay down that negative fork in the road, they end up fucked, and then they go, but this and this and this and this happened to me.
Yeah.
All the things so like, you know, all the things kind of happened to you, but you swallowed it up, got negative for a while, had faith, came back, excelled.
Yeah, bro.
And with like grit and work ethic and obviously some talent. You know, not everyone's going to be born with gifts from God like you, but we're all somewhere up the spectrum. We're all somewhere on this. We're still gifted in our own ways, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just think it's like so inspiring. I've always found you really inspiring.
Thank you, bro.
Which is dope. And so here we are. We're accepting the 72 kilo title. And I was saying, she was like, bro, that's not your weight class. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, you're going to fight at that weight class? What?
Yeah.
I wasn't a believer.
Nah, there's a lot of people that were telling me that. Like, a lot of people saying, oh, you know, don't do it. You might not do as good as last time. You might get beat in the first round. Like, all these dudes hit way harder. Like, there was so much negative feedback I got.
Shut them up.
Oh, man. Like, the only person that I think was really backing me was my fiance. She's the only one that believed in me, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Only person at the time that was like, nah, you know what? You should do it.
I do feel personally offended.
No,
I wasn't back in the weight class. You're right.
You actually helped me out.
Yeah, I wasn't like all in, and she was like, yeah.
Tested the faith of your followers.
Give her a shout out.
Yeah, no, honestly, bro, she's amazing, bro. She's like, honestly, like, without her, bro, I don't think I'd do as good in fighting as I have. She's like such a huge support for my life.
And she is the most like gentle, lovely,
like
wonderful soul.
Bro,
she is such a nice.
She's a rare one, bro. Like a diamond, bro. A diamond in like.
She's not even rough. She's just a diamond. She's
she's a diamond, bro.
Polished. Yeah.
Very rare ones come to like find in this world.
Very lucky. Man.
Funny story. I actually got engaged to her like after 4 months of knowing her.
Yeah, tell us that, Jan.
Yeah.
Tell us
It's completely off the topic, bro. Yeah, long story. I've never seen a woman like that in my life. Like, bro, she's like a very rare one to find in this generation, bro. Like, really rare to find. Like the qualities that she has are like extraordinary. Like extraordinary. I truly say this because, you know, a lot of people, like even the quality of my life right now has gotten so much better since we met. like most guys get into relationships, especially in the sport, and the trajectory of their life goes down. Like you'll see it, bro. Like the trajectory of your life goes down, and you need a really good partner to do well in fighting, or be a good athlete, to be a really to be at a high level of at like any sport, any endeavor, any crazy endeavor that you have to have a really good partner.
Yeah.
You have to have a really good
So
partner.
it only took you 4 months. It only took you 4 months to go. Yeah, I'm gonna lock this in.
Bro,
I'm gonna throw the KO.
Bro,
strike.
there's
No
so many.
extension
Yeah,
rounds.
no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, no.
yeah,
There's just so many qualities about her that like stood out to me. Like she had everything, like every box you could think of, just ticked off.
What are the boxes for the young guys listening out there? What are they looking for?
Oh man,
What are they
I
looking
better
for
not
in
to
a
cut
lady?
any of these out. The things I said. Um, very intelligent.
Yep.
Very intelligent.
Mm.
Like crazy intelligent, and like there's a lot of intelligent women out there, but like she's really smart. Like
Cool.
very smart. Very beautiful too. Very beautiful. Another thing that I think this is a massive lesson I learned from my mom, and I think this applies to both genders, but like anyone that's like kind of easy to get, easy to lose. Like this advice stuck to me. Like my partner, bro, like untouchable woman. Like you, it's so hard to get her attention, but like she saw something in me, like before so many people did, bro. She saw something in me, like, and she made the first move, bro. She just knew, bro. She knew I was going she knew I was going somewhere in life, and she picked up on it really quickly.
Cool.
Like yeah. There's so many other things
And you just caught her with that southpaw knee on the way in. You know? You were like, did you get it?
She approached you and then
But the southpaw knee, you know?
oh, we got that on camera.
You know,
That's
Daniel's known for
great.
that. He'll do it quick too. Both.
That's great.
Yeah.
Man, bro. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We love you. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing, bro. You know this, like you've met her, bro.
Absolutely stunning. I know a thing or two about amazing partners.
Yeah.
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 Bro, just like every way she supported me like throughout this whole journey. Like, even for like King of the Ring, she literally bought a whole table for herself and my family. You know how expensive those tables are? Like even the last one she bought a table. Like she does crazy stuff like that. Like, bro, there's like women out there that will like look after you if you're on the right path and like you do the right thing. There's like some amazing women out there.
That's what the young people need to hear.
Bro, like honest to God, because you hear so
purpose.
many dudes like talking about like how women are shit and they ain't trash, they're all trash and stuff. All women are the same, bro. Like you're looking in the wrong places, or like you haven't built yourself up. Like
I think that's a really good point. I think often what they're actually doing is looking in a mirror and reflecting the trash.
you attract what you are, bro.
Correct, of course. Where you attract elements of who you are, and oftentimes you attract the worst elements of who you are. And whenever you insult someone, you're usually insulting someone for something you're deeply frustrated about internally. The thing that really
Projecting.
gets under you.
You're just projecting.
You're just projecting.
Yeah.
And we all do it. The thing that really frustrates you about your loved ones is probably the thing that you need to look in the mirror and focus on, right? More than anything else. But that's such a good message, Build yourself up,
Bro,
become a powerful being, and then look in the right places. And there's wonderful women everywhere.
Bro,
there's wonderful men everywhere.
There is, bro. There's wonderful men out there too.
There's wonderful everything.
yeah,
So there's
everything,
wonderful
everything.
guys out there. There's wonderful everything out there. I mean that in all seriousness. I'm all good with it.
Bro, if you're on a good
Yeah.
path, if you're doing the good thing, like the right thing, bro, like the right people will come into your life. Like it's it's a universal law, I reckon. Like,
Love that.
yeah, this sounds like some podcast bro thing.
It
It sounds like something a person would say on a
this is a
podcast.
podcast.
And you're a fighter that was 1-0, went to King of the Ring, and yeah, you got a few. You're tapped into something.
Yeah, you are tapped. Okay, bro.
Yeah.
So talk me through the lead up to this one. What's happening leading into this King of the
what's
Ring?
the
Yeah,
camp
I was
like?
cooking, bro. I was
Oh, you
cooking,
were
bro.
you were chefing it.
I was a chef, bro.
up.
Yeah, man. Now I have a good formula to get to the finals and win. Like for sure, I'm gonna win this one. So I did so much more things, but like it was very structured. The last one, I was winging it. Like, I signed up to a gym. I was doing strength and conditioning, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just throwing weights around. Like I was literally just like lifting weights every morning. Like, is this even gonna help me? I don't know.
Come around for a random ice bath, like you just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you just
yeah,
be
exactly.
chucking,
Come around
bro,
there,
you'd just be
but-
chucking a bit in here.
If it helps, if you think it helps, then I guess it helps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one was very structured. I had like a really good strength and conditioning coach, Coach Omar. So like shout out to him.
Shout out
You
to
guys could
Coach
see,
Omar.
bro, the power, like my power and like my strength was there.
Yeah.
It was there, bro. It's very evident.
Yeah.
You know, like compared to the last one, there was a lot of power in all the shots I was throwing. You know, yeah, man. Like Dave Wood as well, bro. This guy like got me with Dave Wood, and yeah, that guy showed me so much stuff, like in terms of breathing and recovery and all that. So now like I have
Mental skills as well.
mental skills, man. Like there's so much stuff that I found out like that I didn't even know about before, and like all of this like just mixing up together.
Well, yeah, that is a recipe.
You were cooking.
Yeah, he was cooking up.
Some
He's bringing
fine
the
ingredients
Moroccans.
too, yeah.
He's souffleing. You know, he's doing all the things. Culinary engineer over here. I mean, if anyone has a pretty good resume for working with fighters and athletes and seeing them reach new levels, it's
Dave Wood,
right?
yeah. Yeah,
Like, I think
he's
he
worked
had
with Israel Adesanya and like all those guys. You like
I
Kai
think he's had
Kana.
a major
And
influence.
he's worked with a lot of high performers and
Yeah, yeah.
heaps of different sports.
Yeah.
Team Emirates, New Zealand, BMX, da da da.
wow. Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
What a guy!
Yeah.
He's just full. Like he's still full piha. He's just the
Bro, he's a good guy.
You
I
know,
him.
like he's just a kind, good soul.
He's a
Loves
relatable
his
person,
family,
yeah,
wants to
yeah.
surf,
Yeah,
but he just holds space at the
Mm.
highest levels.
he does, man.
Yeah, I love.
He's
I
like crazy good with what he knows.
absolutely love Dave.
Yeah,
He's-
like-
Yeah, this is actually sponsored by Dave Wood.
yeah, Dave. No, Dave Wood
Yeah.
Integrated Training did sponsor this
Oh,
podcast.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not
Is that-
yet,
are you joking?
but yeah, not yet, but he did. But like that's
But
the
anyway,
energy
yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
He might. Like he
Yeah,
actually
might.
He actually
Oh man,
might.
like yeah, he should.
I don't know.
Nah, legit.
We might get that.
He's the real deal, bro. I literally used his breathing techniques on the night of King of the Ring.
Okay, yeah, let's get to
Bro,
that. Let's get to
like
that.
I
Okay.
literally used like so many of his techniques, bro.
So talk us through, brother. You've run a structured camp. You're walking in 72 kilo King
Yep,
in the Ring.
yep.
Talk us into weigh-ins. How are you feeling at the draw?
Oh, I expected to fight John
What-
Anderson.
Just for
Yeah.
context, so what? This is now. What day is this? This is Wednesday. This happened on. We're talking about Friday night.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
5
that's
days ago.
pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, we're
Yeah,
caught up.
We're like.
We're caught up.
We're
We
right
took
there.
2 hours.
Yeah, it's literally 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Man.
Um,
So what? Yeah, talk me through weigh-ins because I thought weigh-ins was interesting.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna fight Corin or John Anderson first.
Yep.
I was ready to fight the worst like pick because Strikeforce always gets the worst picks.
Yeah.
And I ended up fighting Angus. I ended up drawing Angus.
Oh, good fighter. By
Yeah,
all
good fighter,
accounts.
good fighter. Like just
But you were pretty happy
Not
with the
as
pick
well, no.
overall.
yeah, not as well known. Like less experience. To be fair, like I had quite a lot of experience over him,
Mm.
but like he's still gutsy. You know, I was throwing like the tank. I was tanking all my punches at him. Like every shot was just pure 100%, and it was like throwing me off balance. And you can see how gummy I looked in some of the shots.
Yeah, you came out. with the, it was funny because
So-
I was in there cheering and happy and like woo, like we got the win or whatever, being in fan mode. And then Kane on the way out was like not good, not happy, not fucking happy. You know, like
Yeah.
they were not.
Yeah, no,
like, you weren't happy.
I even
either,
said
right?
it on the interview. I'm like, that was an average performance. I could do way
Oh, you were
better.
doing the walkies. You were doing the follow around. I was like, that's my move. Like
Not cutting him off
That's
just
your
yet.
Yeah, yeah,
pre-fight
exactly.
action.
they were telling me to cut him off, and
They
I'm
were
like,
screaming it.
yeah.
They were
Yeah.
screaming it, and you were like, "What was that? What happened there?" Because I was interested. Because you obviously stepped up a couple of levels.
I thought I was pressuring.
Yeah.
I thought I was cutting him off.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't feel threatened in that fight at all.
I didn't know what to expect. I don't know. I never underestimate anybody I fight.
No.
He has
But
less
once you
experience.
got in there,
Yeah. Once I got in there, he was quite hesitant, and I was like, okay, you know what? Just go forward. Like,
Mm.
yeah,
yeah. Cool.
yeah. Just dictate the whole fight.
And I want to hear what. Yeah, I want to. And when you feel because at the weigh-ins when you got that draw, you probably go, okay, this is pretty mean. I thought it was. When I saw the draw, I was like, oh, pretty good draw.
Bro,
I quite
I-
liked the draw.
That's what a lot of people said, but
Cool.
I was still like nervous. I was still like, what can he do? Because I've never seen him fight.
That's even more of a different. Yeah, it's a different span.
I don't underestimate anybody. I don't care if they have 2 fights, 3 fights.
Mhm.
There's this one guy called Craig. I can't remember what his name was, but he made it to the King of the Ring finals. He had 3 fights. He fought Navajo 3 times.
Yeah, but even the bracket, the
Oh,
way
yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. And Nava ends up doing the
Yeah.
question mark kick on it. But yeah.
yeah,
That guy
'Cause
had-
wasn't the bracket predetermined? Like you weren't gonna meet Corin or Sahan until the final.
Yeah,
That- even that, I
they
was
set up so that me and Sudan would meet at the finals. That's the setup of King of the Ring. This King of the Ring.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, they wanted us to meet in the finals. It's like for the fans.
Yeah. So, but they draw the thing out of the hat, don't they?
Yeah, but it's
No,
a
it's
pool,
pools,
so
it's pools.
So
Yeah.
if Saran's here
Oh,
and Daniel's here, that means they will fight here. So they don't do that. They'll put him over here.
so they did that. All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they set that bit up,
Mm.
and then it comes. Yeah. So that
Yeah.
you were because I was going Corin or Saran. I figured that's what was coming out of that end, and I figured you were coming out of the other. I didn't know Dion was.
Who
that
picked
good.
out from the hat first?
I think if I remember, it was Suran. Suran picked John Anderson.
Oh yeah.
That fight was interesting, eh? Because I mean I watched John fight John Bucket, and I mean,
Yeah, that's
he's not-
right,
he's
yeah.
not a Muay Thai fighter, so but I thought John was going to do better, and I thought he was going to get up. Like he kind of
I don't know. I think that weight class was quite low for him.
quite low.
But then again, like,
yeah, because he's a big fella.
he's a big dude.
Big dude.
Yeah, he fights at like 77, 76.
That's what I mean. I think he
That's
fight
5 kgs.
I
yeah.
think he fought John Bucket.
And he walks around. John, the lowest he'll ever fight is like 77.
Yeah, that's his lowest.
He walks around at like in the 80s,
80,
80s, bro.
80s
That's a
plus, yeah.
hard weight cut.
So John, that might have what happened to John Anderson. He actually was just too hard of a cut, and
That-
that's why he just poof.
That's like the equivalent of me going down to like 62.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's literally the equivalent, bro. And I would be so skinny and weak at that weight class.
Yeah. He didn't.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't feel well either. And it's a hydration test. It's not even like you can try and cut the 6 or 7.
To be honest, you can easily like. Oh no, sorry. What were you saying?
Nah,
No. You could bypass the hydration test. Like,
Oh right. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you could. I mean, I did it honestly. I don't know.
I mean,
I
I'm pretty sure you could, but I did it. All good.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk about the hydration.
Oh, that's
Just
easy,
the-
bro. That's easy. I don't
What
even
is
need
it?
to.
Is it one of those
Nah, so you have to they do like a regular check-in weight. So you have to like send them a video that you weighed in at blah 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 amount. And there's like a certain weight that you have to
Oh, yeah?
a weight limit, yeah.
Oh, but so they don't actually check your hydration levels.
Oh no, it's not like that.
okay.
Not
Oh,
that-
it's just a
'Cause we can do
progressive weight thing. So you have to do mini cuts, basically.
Yeah, I've had a couple of bros fighting King Ring with that new thing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing another cut. My bros, your third cut this month."
Oh,
Doing little cuts to make. Oh man, I'm just exposing. I don't know anyone, bro. Who do I know that's ever fought in King in the Ring?
Anyway.
No, maybe I'm getting it confused with something else. Yeah, I am. Sorry. Totally.
Yes,
It's all hypothetical.
My mates are MMA fighters, so
It's
we
all
don't fight in
hypothetical.
King in the Ring. Yeah.
Well, I think overall, on balance, you're going to talk for 2 hours. We all know the conversations that happen in front of the
Yeah.
camera, behind the camera, etc.
Mm.
We're presenting a pretty respectful, balanced view here.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully we're still allowed at fight shows. I really.
Oh
I
yeah,
really
me.
hope
No,
we're.
I'm probably already
Yeah.
kicked out now.
Hopefully the future
I mean,
judges
they're not
will-
cutting you out. If anyone's getting cut out here, it's me, isn't it? It's that nobody
They
guy.
want to
with
get me. They're gonna get the bro.
Definitely, you're like,
Yeah.
you're ripping half the time. You're
Yeah.
a commentator.
Yeah, I got to. Oh yeah, I could. Okay, that's not to bring up refereeing.
Anyway, so okay, so you go through the Angus fight. I want to know what happened out back with Kane and Aaron after that.
They were just like, "Oh, you're following too much. You're following too much. You weren't cutting him off." Like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I was. I'll admit it. I thought I was pressuring him.
But
But they kept telling me in the corner, like, cut him off.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, it's kind of hard because he keeps like doing this MMA movement. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
and so then you.
Oh
went-
yeah. Because what was his gym?
from Carl Weber's gym. Carl Weber
Oh,
is the
Hostile,
guy.
Coach Hostile. Yeah, that's he used to be your
He used to be our MMA coach
Yeah,
at
MMA
Strikeforce
coach,
like
yeah.
10
Oh,
years
for
ago.
real?
Crazy, yeah.
Carl Weber. He's
Yeah.
a bad man.
Wow. Yeah.
He's
That's,
scary dude. Gee.
Is
I was
he?
like, bro, him and Aaron would have been such a scary. Just don't, don't go down that cul-de-sac. Like, having those.
Aaron
two
and Carl
living
Weber
there,
is
bro.
like the MMA plus the striking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's brutal.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then you find out that Dion's in.
Yeah.
Right. Or you already knew Dion fought first, eh?
Yeah, we will match to fight in the second
Yeah. And so, what was your game plan going into that? You knew it was going to be technical.
Wait, Dion.
Wilson.
And you've already fought Dion
I've
before.
already fought
yeah,
Dion.
yeah. And so you fought him. What? How many years?
It's been like 6 years.
Yeah, and that was actually your first ever fight. Eh? Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
One of my friends a few years ago told me like I should rematch Dion, and this was at the time I was fighting at like 66, and he was fighting at like 75 up. I'm like, bro, that fight will never happen. Like, just I'll accept the loss, bro, and we'll just go our own pathway. It's never gonna happen, bro. And then yeah, we ended up fighting in King of the Ring.
Man, so what was the game plan for that fight?
So probably like just pressure and try use a lot of boxing. My pressure, like just make him miss. Yeah, He's really good at sorry, I started there. He's really good at countering and blitzing. Like does that really well. So
He's
yeah.
got this like relaxed smirk on his face. I'd feel like upset, you know, like because he just looks like he doesn't.
Bro,
give a fuck.
He's got some aura to him, bro.
Bro, yeah, do you know what I mean?
He's got some like confident
He's
aura.
like, I don't know, like whatever, like.
Yeah, he does have that. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
it's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's a bit scary. It's a bit like, oh, don't you care?
I was watching it like I wasn't
I'm in here huffing and puffing like Puff the Magic Dragon, you know. And this guy's just chilling.
I was watching him out back hair pads, like just unintentionally, and I was like, damn, I gotta fight that guy next round. Bro, you look so good, eh?
Okay, and so how'd you find that fight?
Quite a chess match, eh?
Yeah, it was. That's what everyone, even like on the was it the like it's been an Insta, but like, you know, after the show, that was like what everyone was saying. It was like that was like the best technical chess match.
Yeah, it was so
seen in
technical, bro.
ages.
I had to be so clean against Dion because like if you make a mistake on Dion, like he could legit drop you and stuff. You know, he's really good. He's got really good eyes. Like, really
what
good.
rounds did you think you took?
I don't even know. I actually didn't know if I won. Like, I
Oh,
went back.
really? Were you worried?
I went back to the corner. I'm like, did I win that? Like, did I actually win that?
What they reckon?
They're like, yeah, I think you won that. I think you won that. Yeah, I didn't even know myself. It was so like Matrix sort of. It's like a Matrix fight.
Yeah, you guys were like, there's like when you see. I remember when I watched Izzy fight Anderson, and because they're both like lateral movers and know how to, bro. It was like the camera angle kept changing because you know it's around the ring and you're just like whoa, it's like spinning, and I felt like your guys' fight was a little bit like more like that. The king of the ring keep had the but no, it's
yeah, cool. That's
yeah,
a good
he's
comparison.
so good, bro. He's so good. Like much respect to him. Like, and I fought him like, yeah, we've been pretty tight over the years. He's a good guy.
a good dude.
He's a really good dude. Okay, he's a really great fighter too. Like, so yeah.
So then we come out of that.
Yeah.
And we're in. Because I was looking at. Is it Suran or Sahan? Suran. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at him. I was going, that guy's jacked. I was like, that guy's Michael Isaac plus 4 kilos.
Yeah, he's
like that's
so right.
Like that's
Yeah,
Michael
yeah,
Isaac. That's Muslim Michael Isaac with plus 4 kilos. I think
That's Dagestani Michael Isaac.
Dagestani Michael.
And I watched his power in those first couple of fights. I was like,
so.
I'm so happy I didn't watch the footage out back.
bro, every shot was pretty hard. Well, I mean, you felt him. They looked pretty. Those shots looked pretty fucking hard and quick. Reminded me of Michael Isaac. Like it was quite a similar. Again, as a lame, like I consider myself like a layman. Like I'm not really sure. I'm just going lots of pressure, infinite cardio, thick, dense combos, bang, 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 bang. You know, like 5 pieces and
You know
stuff.
what's crazy about that guy, Basaran? Bro, he's partially blind.
Yeah, bro.
Holy, bro. If I fought him like with full vision, bro, I don't know.
Have you seen him with his glasses, bro?
Bro, he like squints. Like
They,
like I noticed when I was fighting him, he was like doing stuff like that. I'm like, thank God he died.
Oh my God.
Bro.
Yeah.
The man's blind.
Yeah,
The
bro.
man's partially
He had to get
blind.
nerfed.
He got nerfed. He had to nerf the bro.
He was too good, bro.
And bro, what the craziest thing is, what does he mean it? Moving his head from the hands, bro. I'm like, how do you do that with? That's pure like.
Yeah, with you as well. It was
instinct
wild.
and-
Yeah, bro. It's like fighting Daredevil.
Yeah, that's crazy. What was the game plan going in for him?
Oh man, that guy is so adaptable. Like, he's good at everything, bro. Like, I have watched this guy for years, man. Like, I've fought on the same card as him so many times, and bro, he's like legit a powerhouse. Like, he's a Golden Gloves champion. He's now he's going into MMA. He's a really good MMA fighter. Like, he's also really good, like, amazing kickboxer, bro. Like, I've seen him like clutch some really crazy fights. Like, the first fight show I ever fought with him was Philip Lamshaw. It was the one when I got my first win, and he fought this guy called Tokomaru. I don't know if you guys know who Tokomaru is. He fought Ashia and Hilom in that four men. With that,
he was the other guy.
Yeah,
like,
the
not-
southpaw.
not the ginger.
No, he's a southpaw like that.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. He's
Bro,
mad.
that guy's so good, bro.
Yeah.
And they had like a crazy fight, and bro, it was just like fireworks, bro. Yeah.
Shout out to that ginger dude with the 2 spinning back fists.
Yeah, I saw him in Todong.
Who-
Bro.
he's
He's got
got-
an
he lives
aura
in-
about him now.
That's his eternal. He lives forever.
Oh, you
That
talking
guy.
about the Runga guy, the Jake. Sorry,
Yeah,
Jake.
Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a quick shout out to him.
Yeah.
I want to have him on.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your game plan though? You like going in? What were you thinking?
Um, you just have to keep it on out, and you have to pressure him.
Yeah.
Because with somebody that's really good at knocking you out, and like someone that's really great aggressive boxer, you got to push them back. So you like take away their strength, you know, whether that be like taking out their legs or trying to just like make them feel threatened and push them back. Bro, this guy was so relentless. Like he was just walking forward, like, and I was throwing crazy shots at him, and he just kept coming forward. I was getting annoyed because he kept bloody grabbing me too. I'm like, ah! I said to him in the second round, I'm like, stop hugging me, like, get off of me. And he's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's all good.
I'm sorry.
Did he actually say, "I'm sorry"?
He said, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh,
That's so nice. Hey.
Just
Yeah,
so
just like-
respectful. Because he looks like a nice guy.
But
Yeah,
he
looks
is.
like
He
he's
is.
got a
But
good
we were out
family
back.
in
We were out
there,
back like together.
Family values.
Yeah, he was actually. He was cool. Like
Yeah,
there was
I
no.
love
And we knew. Okay, I knew I was gonna fight him in the finals. I think he knew as well secretly. We were gonna fight in the finals. Everyone knew, and I mean, I think Jason even set that up intentionally. You know. Yeah, like there's no animosity between us. Like even at weigh-ins, like we were all like talking and laughing and joking
Yeah.
together. It was so buzzy. I've never experienced that before. Like we were all like laughing like we were high school friends. It was just buzzy. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
talk us through this fight.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
were you gonna say?
I was gonna say like even before like 5 minutes before we walked out, I like asked him like, "Yo, can I have some of your grapes?" He was eating like grapes out.
Were you guys out the back of the same room?
Yeah,
Is
but
that how it
we
works
were
in
gonna
Canada?
change. We're gonna change to a different room to prepare for our fight.
Hmm.
I asked his team like if I can have some grapes. It's so
Nice.
stupid, bro. Yeah, but we ended up having a like crazy fight. That fight is like insane because if you've seen me like fight at welterweight and this guy fights at like super middleweight, it was like a whole super fight in itself.
Mm.
You know, like it would have been an amazing like main event on another show. You know,
Yeah, these are both
Like,
fucking
but
two
we're
fights in already.
yeah, like it's just such a crazy fight.
So what do you reckon? Round one. What do you reckon?
I don't know. Like I thought I edged at. I don't know. It was either round 1 or round 3. I felt that when I was in there by the end of round 3, I thought I edged at least 2 rounds. I thought I got at least 2 rounds in. Like, but yeah, the judges thought otherwise, and then
Yeah, so it feels a similar thing, right? We're not like, again, it's my layman's opinion, and you know you don't have to read the comment section to get every other layman's opinion. By the way, layman's not an insult; it just means you're like new to a thing, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of like Daniel won that, and I think especially because it was like I had you first and second, obviously.
Yeah.
Bro, what was that like when you got that knockdown again?
dude, I was like,
Bro, with the switch right hook.
bro, I didn't even know what I threw at him. I was like, he just like fell to the ground. I was like, is it over? Like, did I just knock him out? I could not believe it. Like, I stood there like in disbelief because my hands, like, I've never actually like dropped anyone with my hands.
Oh, your hands look way better this King of the Ring compared to the last one.
Bro, shout out to my bro Red Collier. He's a really good boxer.
Oh,
Yeah. I was doing so many rounds. And Nick Charalampos, like, bro,
Oh, true.
yeah,
the
bro, I
Greek.
got bro, I got some rounds in with those guys up in Ottawa, bro. Like,
Oh, me.
yeah, man, I gotta give them a shout out on my next post. Like,
Yeah.
they helped me so much, bro. I did so much sparring rounds with them. This kid's like 16. He's got like 30 fights.
This is that Collier.
Yeah, Collier.
Oh, yeah.
I read, bro. Like, he's so good, man.
Wow.
Noah Collier.
So
Yeah.
you got him with the right hook, bang. That was wild.
I don't even know what I hit him with in
Yeah,
the moment. I was just like,
because you switched
I switched into orthodox. And
orthodox
it was an overhand.
and then threw you that overhand right
Yeah.
hook, which you know, lovely
to your-
strike.
Back to your,
Lovely strike.
was it Oliver days when you had to be orthodox first? Yeah, that helped eventually.
Bro, that's the punch. That's the punch. That punch. I love that punch.
It's crazy, bro. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know what I hit him with. I was like, was that a check hook or something? Like, what
Yeah.
was that? Like,
And so then you're in there round 3, and you feel like close again, but close round.
he keeps
right?
coming forward. I'm like, shit. He's like grabbing me. Like, he's like basically out strengthening me. You know, like, just trying to dog walk me down. And like, I was just trying to throw like a lot of, trying to be a Thai fighter. Trying to fight like super leg, kick his arms, kick his body, kick his head, kick his legs. Try throw knees when I could, but like it was hard. Like I felt a bit stuffed in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just like coming forward and pressuring, and yeah, he
And
fought,
moving his head the whole time.
moving his head
too.
like yeah.
Yeah. That's what I.
Yeah.
That was gonna be hard stuff.
It was crazy. Like I thought I did enough. Like I thought I landed more variety of shots. I thought I landed like some powerful shots in there too. I thought I did enough to get the dub.
Yeah.
I thought I did enough.
And so you were ready for the 4th this time.
I was ready, bro. You could see like when they drawed it, like she didn't even raise my hand, bro. I literally just like was like I ripped my hand away. I'm like, yeah, I know this was I know it's gonna happen. Like I saw it coming, and yeah, just ready to go, bro.
Talk me through that fourth round.
Oh, it was a difficult one because I have my corner saying, "Come on, how badly do you want this? You fucking want this? Like, go out there and give everything you have. Like, I don't care if you're hurt. Like," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready to do it." But like, I can just hear the crowd and like, I just felt so like overstimulated. Like, so much stuff is happening at the moment. Like, have the crowd screaming. I have like the realization that shit, I didn't win officially. Like, I got to do another like extension round. Um, I would do just constantly coming at me like yeah, it's just crazy. I couldn't really think in that moment. All I could do was just do whatever I could do best,
Mm.
and I tried my best, and I tried to stay pretty tight. I think for this fight, compared to when I fought Michael, I think my defense was way better because the shots he was landing on me weren't like obvious. There's a few shots where he like snapped my head back, but like my defense was so like I was able to tighten up at the right times. Like I wasn't like getting desperate and like getting countered like really badly. Like I thought I did pretty decent in terms of defense.
Yeah, and from an outsider's perspective, it seemed like when I was watching, I was like, oh, like fitter. Like that's your level of skill when you're actually fit. But nah, it must have been also, shout out to your boxing.
Yeah, shout out to those
They
guys,
tightened
bro.
your hands
They
up,
they
man.
legit helped me
Yeah.
so much, bro.
And so then what was your feelings on the fourth round? Do you feel like it's a close one?
I did not know who won it, bro.
Man.
I did not know who won it. I literally was just like, please God, please. Like I was literally like this, please God, please, like, please give me this win, please. Like I prayed every night for this, like please. And yeah, they gave the dub to him. Like so, yeah, props to him. Like I could only do so much, and then I gave him my best. I like really gave him my best.
Yeah. Why do you think you didn't get that win? What do you think? What God's plan? What do you reckon? What do you think could be the?
For it to happen twice, for me to go 2 extension rounds after dropping the motherfuckers, I don't know. I do know. I feel like I've wanted to win King in the Ring for a very long time, and like that night 5 days ago, I'll be honest, I was just fighting for the money, bro. Like I was literally just fighting for the money. Like it would just help my family, put my family in a better place. Like I get even closer to like getting them a home and stuff. Like I already have like decent savings and stuff, but like that'd bring me even closer. And I also wanted to go see my family in Sri Lanka. There's so many things I could do with like that 10K, and I was like, that was what I was fighting for, bro. And it was that, and then I was also fighting for the people that believed in me, bro. That was literally it. Like I didn't want to walk out of that after all these people bought VIP tables and all these people invested all this effort and like hyping me up. Like I was like, I'm not going out on a loss. Like, and then like when that decision got announced, bro, I was like, fuck, like, yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
That's interesting. So in your soul, you wanted your 10K. That's what you wanted. Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So, man, I thought it was so intriguing. I was watching that, and I'm a big supporter of yours. You're a good friend with training partners, sponsoring you, investing in you.
Yeah.
Mentor-mentee relationship, and I was fucking stoked. And like everyone else was a bit upset because I felt I had to downplay it a bit. I was trying to be like careful, but I was just going. And now it's even clearer to me personally. It's like God's plan is like it happened again, right? It's Michael, like the similar types of
Like
fighters.
the same exact
the
situation.
same exact
What are
thing.
the odds?
Well,
what are the odds?
There is, I think it's in the Bible somewhere, but God gives his strongest warriors his toughest battles.
Yeah.
And I just went like, that type of thing to happen again, and for one of them, both close fights as well, both not, I wouldn't call either of them abject robberies. You roll the dice 1,000 times, you should win one of those, right?
Yeah.
But for it to play out that way, I just went, oh, well, something grander is in store. Like to put, and it's either going to break you or it's going to make you, right?
Yeah.
That experience is either going to turn into this power source or it's going to crush you. I didn't think it'd break you. And I was just so proud, and everyone was so proud, and everyone was just so like, you won it. And then the comments and the shine and the like, yeah, you can win King in the Ring again, but to do it like that twice is like historical. So I just came away, and then hearing that from you then about like actual what it was the case is, yeah, it's very, very interesting. I think you're blessed. I think there's a higher power guiding this, and I'll say it here now. I think you're going to be a global world champion and also a role model, like a global role model of like, here's a way to live and a way to tick boxes across your career and as a friend and as a training partner and as a champion and as a electrical engineer and as a man of God and all of these things. And I just went like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you didn't get that in that moment, that thing you thought you wanted, because there's something so grand and great building in the background. And that's where my happiness was from. Like, that's why I was oh shit, what?
I'm honestly, bro,
What's in store?
that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, for this to happen twice, the exact same situation, like, it can't be just a random coincidence, you know? I feel like there's something like, I don't want to sound cocky, but I do feel like maybe, you know what, there's probably something big out there for me. And I should legit like aim higher.
It's not a probably.
Yeah, and as long as you work hard, then it's not cockiness, bro. If you're working hard towards it, you just got a goal, and you know that you can make something out of yourself, and you just work hard and you'll get there. And I like that you're already looking ahead, like that. Yeah, I don't know if you've crafted that over the years, but that's a great thing to do right after a fight. Like, just look for the next thing ahead and just keep moving, keep pursuing.
Yeah.
And there was a few elements there, man. There's a couple of really interesting elements to that fight. There was things that you are, you know, up against, that were interesting, that I think just that go down in history, you know. Rightly or wrongly, I was sitting there watching, and I know the ref is Saran's old coach, sister of Ants, right? So I was just looking at that, and you know, literally not carrying a drama, like it happened. But it's like you kind of in there with your ex-coach, your similar coach. I just thought that was an interesting image. I know if I was in there and like the ref was one of my old coaches, I'd be feeling
I'd be like,
confident.
that's us. I got the dub.
You know, like, I don't know. I just felt like there was a lot of elements to it, and there's a lot of luck of the draw and all of that sort of stuff. But I thought,
of course,
for you to hold your head high and walk through that, and you know, you've been respectful to all the opponent. Like, it's a real example to go through what's been gone through there and to come out where you are now, 5 days on. It's pretty impressive.
You've not said a sour word about the whole experience. You know what I mean? Like,
on the night I was like, "Fuck this!" I'm not gonna do this shit
but
again.
I mean, like 5 days on, you know, there's never been a instance where you're like, "Oh, but this," like you've thought it out. You've had the 5 days. I've legit like accepted it. I've accepted it, bro. Like, there's something probably bit out there. Yeah, but you know, like, I mean, did you want to? Was there anything that you did want to talk about? Or was that going to be an off the potty talk about the next plans, or was it about not doing something that you didn't really want to bring up? No, not at all. I think that's like the conclusion I came to, like the night of the day after. I was like, maybe I think it's time to close that chapter and pursue something just as great but bigger.
Well, that's a good segue. What do you mean by that, brother? What do you mean by that? Close that chapter. Which chapter are you closing?
I'm not saying this in like a sore loser way. Just so like I do want to like emphasize that. If I was meant to win King of the Ring, then I should have won it by now. I made it to the finals. Like I put everything out there. Like, and you know, who knows? Like I could try again, but I don't know. I feel like this. That's buzzing me out. Like, because of how you walk with God. Like, if you were meant to win it, you would have won it. And what's the closest? Because you should win it. You prayed everything on paper. You prayed every single day, bro. Every single day this year. Like every single day, I ask God, give me all the strength He can give me. Like, give me all the strength to like be so powerful than that. I ask every single day, and I didn't get it. But like, you know, afterwards, I still thanked Him, and I said like, thank you for keeping me and my opponents like safe. Like, thank you for everything. Like, I thank you for getting me this far. You know.
Wow. So you retained your gratitude,
bro. For like, I literally like asked for strength and I got it, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so interesting. So, as you were saying, if you were meant to win it, you'll win it. So, what does that mean? You
Yeah, it was a
close
good,
that chapter, the King in the Ring chapter.
yeah, bro. It was a good run. It was a good run.
It was a
And
good run.
I hope the audience loved the shows. You know.
Yeah.
Well, we're actually.
I'm so happy. Like I was able to like show what I could do and my capabilities at a very high level. You know. I'm here
Against some of the best.
against some of the
talent
best.
in
You
the
know.
hardest weight divisions in
Yeah.
the sport.
Yeah, exactly.
4 kilos up,
Mm.
second pro fight. I guess
I-
technically,
I-
technically 6th, 7th, and 8th because it counts,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's weird. It's like third pro fight night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flex this. Never hosting is my cousin, and he's won it twice.
Oh.
And
yeah.
I almost won it twice. I almost won it twice at 2 different weight classes.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
flex in itself.
Oh yeah, I think.
Bro, you got like there's no way, no closer can you get to winning it than what you get. Like you're just
I know,
like
bro.
one,
I was paper thin close, bro.
Yeah.
Paper thin. Like
one cubit.
split decision.
Yeah.
split
both
decision for
times,
both.
Bro.
What are the
A little
odds?
with the
Hairline.
knockdown.
What
with
are the odds?
knockdown,
It was a
split
repeat.
decision in the 4th.
It was a repeat.
So it's like you just been told, hey, you weren't meant.
I played these games before.
But you-
And I think it's something really interesting, man. Like, oh, brother, that is so amazing. That is such an amazing perspective, and for you to retain your gratitude afterwards, and retain your faith, really special. You know, it speaks to your power. I think it's really impressive, and I mean, so after that. And I just think it's so interesting. And Shane knows this. I've told Shane what's about to happen now, previous to this. And even that comment you said then, like really in your heart of hearts, what you wanted was the 10 grand for your family.
Yeah, yeah.
So exciting news. The sponsor of this podcast, Troy, has a little. There wasn't enough time to get a novelty check,
Yeah.
but we've got that.
Thank you so much, bro.
Which is, so read that out. Read out what that says. Just
Thank you.
read that.
Fuck yeah, G. People's Champ Award. Let's go.
That's the People's Champ Award. And so the people have gotten together.
Yeah.
And somehow or another they've scraped together 10 grand. Right? And so that little shitty piece of paper is exchangeable to the Troy business
Get
for
the
10
fuck
for
out of here.
10,000 New Zealand dollars. But it's a new business and it's a little bit cash flow poor. So the $2,500 you already you got originally.
No way.
Yeah, so that's 10 grand for you because the people know.
Bro,
The
what
people
the
fucking know. You only have to read
bro?
Instagram to check it. And I just think it's so intriguing. That's what you really wanted. And then your faith afterwards. And I had just felt called throughout this. And I said to Shane, I was like, he's got it. He's got to get it. And so there you go. That's your 10K People's Champ Award. It's a new award. Don't know if it's King of the Ring sanctioned, but it's
The people.
Instagram sanctioned, brother. It's only the beginning.
This is what the boys need to sing to.
Let's go. So now you got everything you want. You got everything you wanted.
True for your faith, bro. That's right.
Hey, dude, how crazy is that? We didn't talk about this. We didn't have this conversation. When you said that's crazy. He knows.
Yeah.
Tell them. Because I told you about this. When did I tell you about this?
Yesterday, maybe. Yeah.
I'm really thankful,
just-
bro. Like honest to God, like thank you, bro. That actually means a lot to me.
Yeah. Well, it's Troy. Like that's part of the thing. It's in you know, like I said, there's a lot of stuff we can do, and
Yeah,
but
yeah, absolutely.
Troy's about
Bro, I
helping
really appreciate that.
humans improve their lives, and you are the role model. You're the exemplar. If there's anyone we want to invest in, it's someone like you. I want kids to see what you've been through and who you've been and how you've been about it, and I want them to see that with faith and perseverance, the rewards are there. They will be there, and they might come in the way you least expect, right? And if you retain your faith and you retain your perseverance, you know?
Bro,
Because
crazy.
does the Troy business want to go and invest like this
Yeah.
commercially if you don't retain the same energy and your poise throughout?
Yeah.
No, right? So it's not a gift, it's not charity, it's an investment,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm gonna rip your brand well, bro. Straight up.
Fucking A. I know you will.
Straight up, bro.
Yeah. But I just think that's cool the way that's played out, right?
That's crazy. Bro. I really appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like deep down I knew it was gonna come somehow.
Like
Like
that,
that-
not at all.
did
I
you-
thought I
did-
thought I was gonna get it through fighting.
Yeah, I know.
like through having more
'cause
fights.
That's such a some people think that's a blow to my faith. Like I already convinced this is gonna happen, and I'm convinced because I got so close before that winning the King of the Ring, and then it doesn't happen. But your faith is unlocked.
Bro, I'm in like
Right.
so much shock right now. I don't even know what to say.
Somehow it's
I
still
don't. I'm
happening.
just speechless right now, bro.
I wanted a novelty check. We're gonna get it late. We're gonna get it late. You know,
Bro, that's crazy.
we're gonna get one of those fucking checks.
Yeah, bro. So you can hang it up. That's what's always cool. You gotta hang that thing up.
I will, bro.
Yeah,
That's,
the People's Champ.
The
bro.
People's
I'm
Champ,
keeping
bro.
this, bro. I'm putting
That's
this.
it. You
I'm
won
putting
King of
this-
the Ring, bro. You did it.
I'm
You
putting
did
this in
it,
a
bro.
frame, bro. Straight up.
The
Two
People's-
two finals by split decision equals one real win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna frame this, man.
Yeah, it's not 20. And you're good with like installments, eh?
Bro, that's fine.
Like
man.
20 huck a week
Oh,
over like
man.
6 years.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
fine.
manage it the right way.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You're good. You take crypto or?
Yeah, how's those stocks going, bro? I can tell you a good
I've
one.
got about 60,000 cum rocket coins. Bro, it's coming back though. It's coming back. It's like 10k ancient value. But just to make it really clear, like that's the People's Choice Award from
Yeah.
Troy. I think maybe we'll do it annual. You know, maybe we'll rectify wrong or we'll invest where it's needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It's special. And I just love the way it played out. I can't believe it played out like that.
Bro, it's like a whole movie, bro. It's
It's
crazy.
like a whole movie,
Yeah.
man. Well, maybe that's a good moment. This is a good moment to say a little prayer, and unless is there anything else you wanted to cover off? Is there any things you wanted to say, or like a message? Maybe like a message for the people, for people out there that are trying to better their lives, for people that have maybe been through some shit and have felt lost or felt desolate or felt unloved or felt like they can't do it or are feeling pain or shame or guilt or any other negative emotion or just are just stuck and paralyzed with fear and all these things that the devil and the world puts on us. Is there anything you want to try and it doesn't have to be eloquent or freaking fancy or podcasty, like from the heart, from the man that's achieved the things that you've achieved.
Bro, just like have hope. I reckon like just have hope, man. Like things do get better. Like I've been there, man. Like I've been there. It does get better if you ask for it, bro. Like you get what you ask for, you know. Like, things will definitely get better. Like I really have been there. I've been through some crazy losses, man. Like, yeah.
Cool. Hope.
Yeah, man.
Synonym for hope. Faith.
Faith. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Synonym.
Oh, like a word that's similar.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah. I was for some reason I thought like the action of.
Oh my god, like using some extra word.
Yeah. And I was like, what's the action of hope? Like taking action. I don't know. Anyway, that's my take action. No.
Yeah, well, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you want to lead a little, Fred? Would you? I can have a step.
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to?
No, I want you to. I
Okay,
want you
okay,
to
okay.
if you're willing.
Okay, sweet as. Dear Father, I thank you for everything that you blessed me with in our lives. Thank you for bringing us together and here for this discussion. Oh man, thank you for like the performance on Saturday night. Thank you for giving me all the strength that I asked for, and thank you for all the people around me that have supported me till now. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, and I thank you for everything else in my life that's gone well. I'll continue to have faith in you, and I ask you that you look after all the people around me, and you take care of them in every single aspect. Yeah. Thank you for everything you give me. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Sorry, that was like butchered as. I was just kind of, I was
That
doing
was
this.
good. On the spot, it was great.
Yeah.
No, thank you, bro. Thank you for,
Nah, I
for
appreciate you.
sharing so much. Thank you for sharing your
Thanks
faith.
so much.
Oh, yeah.
Me, bro.
Do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta take your head off.
Awesome. Hey, not a
Yeah.
bad little potty. Not a bad first
Yeah,
official
that's pretty
pod.
cool.
Sign up to Troy for the next After Hours episode.